I do some nasty shit while I'm out there. Wait a minute. What's this? Shit.
Kendrick, do you know today I was telling somebody at the shop that I was watching Sunday Night Football, and it felt good. It felt good Sunday all day to not have to get upset, not have to get throw anything. I could just chill and watch football. But then I was watching Sunday Night Football, and then right in the middle they showed a promotion. Said next week the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday Night Football. And then I thought to myself, oh, well, the fun is over. It's back.
Damn.
back to normal. Back to what I know.
Yeah, let you know how the season's going to go, man. Because, listen, man, the Cowboys will not be favored in this game. They'll be the underdogs in this game, man. Let me tell you something. The worst has happened. What we said could not happen for this football team. Injuries are galore on this football team and at the wrong positions. So we here for it, man. You got your starting corner still out. You got now both your defensive ends, your pass rushers are out. May have a problem with safety. Who knows? With some with a key offensive lineman. Cowboys, man, going to Pittsburgh. Good luck, man. Good luck, man.
But hey, you gonna give good luck?
Good luck, man. Good luck. With them in my tooth, we both ain't doing good right now. We both are walking wounded. So that's where we at with it right now. That's where we at with it.
Yeah, man. Well, welcome back. We haven't seen you guys since Thursday night. We were live at Very Best Barbecue, and man,
had a great time. Let me
tell you something. Kendrick got that Frito pie he's been looking for, y'all. He ate it in 0.5 seconds too.
Yeah, man. Listen, he ain't lying. I did eat that kind of fast. I kind of regretted it. That next morning because the indigestion came. I knew it wasn't because of the food because I ate it so fast. But it was good, man. Hats off to Very Best, man. The reels were tender, great.
Kendrick ate that Frito pie like somebody's finna ask you for some.
That's too late. I ate it because you already got some. Well, actually, I offered you some, and I knew you said, and then I had to eat it fast for y'all asked for some more for it.
Yeah, he had to eat it fast because he said, damn, I don't want to share this with nobody.
I told everybody share it.
It was good. He got five brothers and sisters at home.
Yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to the kids also, man. Coach
oh
G.
Man, the little
man.
kids that listen. We got the video up on what's the name, man. You got to check out these the football team that we met at Very Best, man. It was so cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and watched them of it today.
Yeah.
I mean, what a cool thing, man.
Yeah, them kids were so cool, man. They was, I mean, those kids were so excited being on TV, man. Especially baby Patrick Mahomes, man. He little shades on, man. You couldn't tell that dude wasn't stunting if he wasn't even doing it, man. So shout out to them kids, man. It was awesome time last Thursday night at Very Best, man. Hopefully look forward to going back again and kicking with those guys, man. It was truly awesome time in the Fort Worth. I don't go out there Fort West. I actually don't. So, but for my first time in a while going out west to Fort Worth, awesome time, man. Really appreciate it. Shout out to them. Shout out to my partner Walt for setting it up, man. It was a great time.
Great time, man. That Kool-Aid was delicious. Those ribs were tasty. Everything was good, man.
Everything was good.
Listen. I left there with a what was that? A loaded macaroni and cheese I had.
Yeah, something, man. Yeah, something. That'd be good grief, man. I mean, I looked at it, I thought it was a baked potatoes. No, it was macaroni and cheese. I said, there's a lot. That's a lot going on in that plate, man. You had
Yeah, man, it was a good time, man. Definitely enjoyed ourselves. And definitely we always enjoy when the Cowboys can get a win too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, man, we'll talk about that. Win at what cost, man? What win at what cost? Because good grief, you talking about the walking wounded?
Well, yeah, we want to talk about something that's near and dear to everybody because I've been getting messages. Everybody wanted to know something big happened yesterday in Dallas. It was Dallas Mavericks Media Day. I guess I need to clarify something here. A lot of people are asking, if we were going to be at Media Day, why we weren't at Media Day or whatever. I don't know, guys. You got to understand now. It's a new regime over at the AAC. Everything's new ownership, new. I was a part of the Cuban group, so our access to the Mavericks and AAC is going to be limited. Don't get me wrong, we still get the interviews and stuff, but us going down there, I don't know if I say our time is up with that situation, but they didn't send me an email for an invite.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get one, so I didn't go. So
yeah, hey man, but listen, we still up. Well, listen, we're gonna give interviews. Still gonna be covering Mavs, man.
yeah, we are still doing the halftime and post game.
Halftime post.
Nothing's changing. Yeah. We're still doing that.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you this though. With that being said, we are definitely going to be more WNBA going forward next season.
Right.
So we definitely going to be doing a lot of WNBA coverage.
Right.
Which is what I'm happy about.
Right. Right.
So there you have it. I mean, whatever happened with the Mavericks, it happens at this point. But I'll tell you this: I'm very grateful for the time that we had with the Mavericks and all the covering of the Mavericks that we did inside the building.
Right. Right.
So there's no animosity. Like I said, we were part of the Mark Cuban group. They're under new ownership now. So that's how that goes.
Yeah, it's the art of the business, man. It is a business. You gotta understand. It is at the core of it all. Everything's a business.
Yes.
Good or bad, right or wrong, yes. It's a business. You gotta take it off with a grain of salt.
Well, even though we were not in the building, I do have the interviews from Media Day. I loaded up the most important ones. That'd be Coach Kidd, Luka, Kyrie, and Klay Thompson. Okay. So let me ask this, Kendrick. I guess we'll start with Coach Kidd and hear what he had to say at Media Day yesterday. Let's hear his comments and what his thoughts are on the upcoming season.
Yeah, man. Before you do that, heard some good things about Coach Kidd. Asking some in the offseason, asking some a former NBA great champion coach about what about his about what how he should improve his coaching. That's the great Phil Jackson.
So,
yeah, man, going around asking, picking the brain of I guess the greatest coach. Well, one of the greatest coaches in NBA history. So no problem with that. Always groom to grow.
Yeah, let's hear from Coach Kidd and see what he has to say if he followed up with Kendrick with questions like Kendrick said.
Yeah, I think when you talk about first the news of the Dikembe passing is sad, and our prayers and thoughts go out to his family. But when you talk about a great human being on and off the floor, the things that he did for his country, the hospital, he's going to be dearly missed. When you talk about an angel, unfortunately, he was taken a little bit too soon, from us. But what he was on the court, when you talk about Defensive Player of the Year, protecting the rim, playing the game the right way. That was Dikembe, and I got to play with him in Jersey, and he's an incredible teammate, one of the best teammates I've had, and so he'll be dearly missed.
If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll bring the mic. Hi, Jason.
you've been through the experience as a player going to the finals and obviously winning it, but also going to the finals and coming up short. I wonder how you can maybe use that experience to help your players navigate the follow-up to the kind of season they had last year.
Yeah, I think when you talk about, last season, it was last season. This is a different team. Understanding that we have to be hungry. We haven't done anything. We came in second, but we did do a lot of positive things. So to learn from, and if we are lucky enough to be in that same situation, we can use that experience to win a championship. The expectations are extremely high, and I think everyone's comfortable with that. We're not going to run from the expectations. We're going to work, in that locker room. The expectation is to win a championship, and hopefully we're lucky enough to be put in that situation. The league is as good as it's ever been. When you talk about the Western Conference, it's depth. The Eastern Conference, there's no nights off, and so each game is going to mean something. You look at the start of the season, you look at the in-season tournament. There's a lot to be played for early on, and so with what Nico and Patrick have done, with the depth of our team, to be able to go out and get the pieces, young and older, it hopefully puts us in a position to be one of the teams that can come out of the West.
On paper, it appears that you have 3 starting guards. I was wondering if you could explain, how it's going to work, XML-wise.
Yeah, on paper we got a lot of starting guards, starting centers. We got a lot of starters, and so I think when you look at training camp and you just talking to the guys before I came out, we're gonna instigate competition in training camp. We're gonna instigate competition in practice, to make each other better, to make the game easier. And so we'll see how that pans out, who starts. We know that we can go out on a limb and say there's 2 guys or 3 guys that are going to start. But I think when you talk about the season, as I just talked with the guys too about, injuries, being able to be ready to start, or to, if you feel like you're on the 3rd team, there could be an injury. Now you're going to be a backup, and the backup becomes a starter. But we're not afraid to start the 3rd string either. And so just being prepared, and those guys understand that. They've worked extremely hard this summer, and we do have a lot of guys who want to play. And we're going to try to figure out on this journey to get everybody the proper minutes. But everything we're doing is to win a championship, and so we all have to sacrifice. We're gonna sometimes, put our individual goals to look at the team goal first, and if we can do that, that puts us in a good seat.
Okay, Kendrick, that was Coach Kidd right there. Some of Coach Kidd. What do you think about what Coach had to say? Did that fire you up right there? You feeling good?
Yeah, man. Listen, it was a lot of people, a couple years back was calling for, and a lot of notable media personalities.
No. Don't say a couple years back. Even last year.
Was calling for this guy's job.
Right.
So and like we talked about at the end of last season, even though it ended disappointing, the Mavericks didn't win the championship. NBA finals. The story that this guy can't coach or shouldn't be able to coach should be over. In his first 3 years, he has gotten to 2 Western Conference Finals, a Western Conference Championship, and an NBA Finals. For what this team was when he first started, when he first took the job, you remember
the first year he took the job, we went to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When in the offseason, when he first took the job to where this team is at now, I mean, to where this team, we thought this team would be when he first took. We thought this would be when he took the job. We thought how bad a shape this team was built, constructed, and salary cap hell. We thought this would be a 5-year job for him just to get this team. At least I thought, at least get this team to at least try to get to the second round of playoffs. Past 3 years, he's taken them way past what people thought. You know, Coach Kidd, even coming to last year, we knew this team was sort of, you know, we bought in with Grant Williams and thought Tim Hardaway Jr. had something, but obviously not. But even with that, he kept grinding, kept coaching this team up, and then when he finally got the pieces, got the trades in, he wanted his team took off. But it wasn't. It was because not only because of good basketball play, the great players they had, but they're buying into the Jason Kidd system. And I'm like I said, get off Coach Kidd, man. Any doubts about this should be over with. He's one of the top, I would say, one of the top 4 coaches in the NBA right now. And it shouldn't be any question right now. He should be already leading candidate or one of the leading candidates for coach of the year coming into this season. I think the Mavericks
actually they did a poll or they did a ranking of the coaches. I think he came in like, I can't remember if it was 8 or 13.
See, more disrespect
in the NBA.
More disrespect by the national media. But in my opinion, I think he's the top 4 coach in the NBA. But like I said, and I believe it's just my opinion. I believe I believe the Mavericks right now. If you see what's happened, especially with the Minnesota trade, I think they downgraded. I don't think they got better. I think they got.
Hey, hold on. Remember who told you that? I said right now, if I was the Knicks, I would call up the Timberwolves and see if I can get Cat for Julius Randle.
Yeah, like I said, some people may try to call it push trade. I don't think so. I like Julius Randle, but Cat's a better player. Now I know Cat had a bad Western Conference Finals, but he's a better player than Julius Randle. He just is. He's a all-star.
Two things can happen here with that. I told you the thing is, the reason why the Knicks were going to trade Julius Randle is because they want Josh Hart to start. And Josh Hart can't start if Julius Randle's on the team. Right. So the only way to do that is to get rid of Julius Randle. Now, what happens next is now with Cat, you got 2 choices. Cat can hang out on the outside and shoot those threes like he wants, or Cat can play in the paint. Whichever one.
I think he's the 5. He's gonna be
the 5. Yeah, he's gonna be the 5. But he's gonna be the 5.
Like I said, with Minnesota, he was out of position. He's not a 4. He's a 5. He's better suited at the 5. When he played his best basketball, especially in that Denver series when Rudy Gobert was out, and even saw him a little bit in the Mavericks series, especially with the game they won when they took Gobert out. I think that was game 4. They came back and won. He played the 5 most of that game, but the fact of the matter is that I still think Minnesota took a step back. Not trying to ish on Julius Randle, the hometown kid. I just think that Cat's a better player, so that pushes them down. And like I said, to me, I think the 2 best teams in the West are the Mavericks and the Thunder. Flip flop who you want. I'm not gonna fight you on either one. If you think the Mavs are better, I'm not gonna fight you on that. If you think the Thunder are better, I'm not gonna fight you on that. I think those 2 teams are gonna be the last 2 teams standing in as far as the Western Conference Finals. And then that'd be one heck of a Western Conference Finals playoff rematch. But going back to Coach Kidd, there should be no doubt around the city, around the national media, that he's one of the best coaches in the league, and he's earned that, man. I mean, listen, he was stained. We all know what happened in Brooklyn. We all know what happened in Milwaukee. Sometimes you just get bad starts, but also you learn. He went to LA. He took a secondary job as an assistant coach. He learned. He humbled himself. He got his next gig, and he came back a better coach, a better person, able to manage players well. I mean, look at it. You got to be one heck of a coach to be able to manage Luka. You know, he's all over the place with his emotions. We saw that in the final. So So we
Wow.
know.
Wow, we
know.
hadn't even got to Masters yet. You're already firing off on Luka. Okay.
No, I'm just saying. Listen, we saw it in full blown in the finals, especially in that game 3.
Oh my God.
But a kid able to manage all those egos and all those flaws without blowing up himself. Let's let you know he's learned from his past mistakes and he's an improved head coach.
Very true. Very true. Okay. So next up is speaking of a guy who you were just talking about. Wow, foul fitting. Why don't we go to Luka and hear what Luka had to say about his return here and what he's fired up about this season with the Dallas Mavericks.
Back here. I hope you had a good summer. I wanted to ask, what was your initial reaction when you learned that you guys were dating Klay Thompson?
Unbelievable. I mean, he's a 4-time champion. He's an amazing player. So I was very excited, that he signed with us. I can't wait to play with him.
Luka, you said last year, toward the end of the finals, and obviously a learning experience for you. After you got away, were able to process it some. What did you take away from that? How do you think that experience can make you better moving forward?
I think just the experience to being in the finals. I think it's different than other games. I don't know why, I can't explain, but just being there feels different. And obviously last year wasn't good enough. We wanted to win it all. So that's like when I say you're gonna learn, it's the same as motivation. It's a big motivation to win it.
All right, Luka. So you wear Jordan Brand. This is your 3rd signature shoe. I want your thoughts on it and how excited it's for you to continue to have your own shoe for the brand.
I mean, that's basically what every kid dream about. What I dream about, to have my own shoe and to have it in company. I mean, if you say company, MJ, Michael Jordan, it's a dream come true for real. And all the experience I've been through with Jordan, so it's really a pleasure to have this shoe.
Luka, how important was it for you this?
Go ahead, Dorothy. You got it, Dorothy.
How important was it for you this summer to just have some time to be a dad, to relax, kind of hang out? How did it help you to get ready for this season?
Well, it was a big time. Obviously I had some stuff to do. I went straight to the national team. But after national team, got some rest, be a dad, like you said. So it was really great summer, but now we're ready to work.
Luka, I know you said Klay is unbelievable to have him on the team. How do you think he's going to change the offense and change just how you guys play on that end, having a shooter of that level?
I mean, you basically can't help off him. When me and Kai, when we have the ball, you basically can't help from Klay because if you leave him wide open, he's going to make it. So I think the spacing is going to be crucial for us. And, but more of that I will tell you after a couple of games.
So more dunks from you this season?
No. Maybe.
Luka, right. After the finals run, obviously there's a lot of expectations that come with that. But how do you personally deal with the expectations and all the extra noise that comes with you being expected to fight your way back there again?
I love it because that means we did something great, something good. I've been dealing with this since Real Madrid, so I'm used to it. But I think for the whole team, that should be as motivation. You did something good, so people expect you to be good, and that's a good sign.
Luka, Landon Thomas, Mavs fans for life. Last year, the team went to Abu Dhabi and Madrid as well, and that was a big bonding experience for the team. Now going to Vegas this year, how do you see that trip going for the team with new players?
I mean, yeah, it's always a great experience. I remember last year, we had a great time. We practiced hard. So for a team to be together, not just in Dallas, where everybody have homes, just to be together, go to dinner and do stuff together. It's a big part of chemistry.
Luka, Landon Buford with LandonBuford.com. Sorry. Thoughts about being a part of Goran Dragic's retirement game?
Yeah, it was a big deal. He had an amazing career. A lot of great names were there. It was really fun, so he deserved that last game for his career.
All right, we got time for one more.
Oh, just one word for this season. You got me there. One word. Championship. That's the goal. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Luka.
He says his championship there, Kendrick, is what is the word.
As it should. I mean, I heard. Listen, before we start off, I think people are gonna like that. This like what I'm about to say. I've heard some things about going into this season with Luka that more mature, more humble after what happened in the finals, and more bought into his physical condition. If you look at him,
I'm looking at him now. I got him on the screen. Look at him.
If you look at his face and look at his shoulders, I've heard things about him building his core up, him being more into weightlifting. He's not gonna have a Jason Tatum body or Ant-Man's body, but we saw going to the end of the season, especially in the finals, he was overweight again.
Kendrick,
Kendrick,
let me stop you.
What's up?
We already know he looks good at the beginning of the season. We know that it's at the end and towards the what's the name?
And I know, but when I'm hearing it, he's more bought into keeping his physical condition, knowing that if he's going to make this, what I'm hearing, he's got new trainers, he's got new dietitians, and now bought into having that full time throughout the season, not just the first half of it, and then going back to a regular diet. And knowing that now he's starting, because of being overweight, he catches a lot of injuries. He has to stay healthy for this team, and that those injuries really bit him in the finals. And being overweight, and you saw it through his glory, especially in Game 4. But he's looks like, as for now, we'll take him at their word. From what I'm hearing, I'll take him. He's more bought into his more physical condition, keeping his core up, keeping it. Building up his leg strength and his core strength and a little weight lift. We'll see if it continues throughout the season, but right now he looks good, man. He looks good, looks ready to go. I like what he said. He the goal is to win a championship, and that's how he should be, man. They was in the finals last year, and you don't take a step backwards. You continue to take a step forwards. He know what he has to do. He know how you only good as your last game, and his last game was bad, and not just his.
He's definitely got a lot to prove since Jaylen Brown cooked him last season.
So that should be perfect motivation to get out this season. And like I said, somebody said, well, listen, it's not even about the MVP. I can care less. His motivation should be getting this team back to the NBA Finals, and in his mind and many minds, right and the wrong that was done to them, and how he played. And how the team gets, basically, they got cooked in the finals. So it should be plenty of motivation for him to get this team back to that championship and see if they can actually win it this year.
Yeah, well, okay. So next up is a man who also came up short in the Western Conference Finals. Is some people say his age started to show or whatever. Kyrie Irving, he's got a lot to say. He's still dealing with that hurt hand, from my understanding, Kendrick. Yeah. Well, let's hear from Kyrie, Skyrie or Flyery. Hold on, we got a comment here. I think Luka getting humbled in the NBA Finals gave him a different mindset from this upcoming season. Well, I hope it did, because Jaylen Brown cooked him. I'm sorry, Jaylen Brown cooked him in the finals. Jaylen Brown was out there doing a strap-on thing and basically saying, if Luka on the court, I want to be on the court. I want to see Luka take the challenge against Jaylen Brown. Every time the Mavericks play the Celtics, I want to see Luka bust Jaylen Brown's ass every time.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for from Luka. Okay, so here's Kyrie with his media day interview.
Good to see you guys again. It's too freaking soon, but come on.
That's what happens when you play into June.
For sure.
2 questions. One, how is your thumb? And then bigger picture, I know you played with Klay before with Team USA, but what was your reaction to finding out that you were going to be teammates full-time with him?
Yeah, well, my hand's a lot better. Unfortunate circumstances, but also I think it was much needed in terms of just how to slow down after a long season like we had. And I was playing, 3 days after we lost in the finals, just because I didn't know how to transition out of just that competitive space. It's been a minute since I've been able to be at that top level, and it hurt a lot. It was disappointing, and all I knew at that time was go to the gym and get some more work in. So I think breaking my hand gave me a lot much needed rest time. It took me about 8 weeks to heal from that. So from about July or so, beginning of July until now, I've just been trying to get back and get into the swing of the rhythm of basketball, and also take more time to rest and recover. Again, the summers are always filled with obligations and responsibilities, and you guys get a brief view on my social media what I'm doing, but yeah, I'm usually busy, and this summer I got a chance to travel with my family to Italy, to Egypt, to Greece. Then I finished my summer in Thailand and China. Got a chance to experience that with my family and my Anta team and other brands that I work with and other great partners. So yeah, my hand's doing well. And then to answer your second question, Klay, that was a big splash in the summertime. I was letting kind of you guys, the media, give the excitement and what you guys thought of us all of a sudden becoming a big three now between me, Luka, and Klay. And I think if you ask any of us, we feel like we got better as a team. We got better as a group that has leadership and also experience, especially on that championship stage. It's easy to kind of, quote unquote, convince Klay to come here because of just what I had experienced thus far in the past year and a half of just being welcomed and embraced. And I don't mean that cliche. I mean that truthfully here in the South, in Dallas. Southern hospitality is real. This team does a great job of protecting you, not just on the court, but off the court. And they go out of their way to make sure you feel special, and again, I don't mean to be cliche, but not every NBA team is the same. And I think being here in Dallas gave him an outsider's view of just what it could be like for him. So I'm excited that he decided to come here, decided that he decided to commit to us for the next few years. And I feel like our dreams can be possible because he's here now and he's added some great value to our championship aspirations.
Kai, can you talk about Derrick Rose's legacy and just being able to play against him after retirement?
Yeah, where are you? Oh, okay, sorry, brother. Say that one more time. I just want to make sure. Oh, yeah, shout out to Pudini. Huge shout out to the man, the myth, the legend himself, Derrick Rose. It's not like he's leaving the game forever. I think it's about time that he got his flowers, and he took full control over his career of just how it was for him. I think we've all kind of been in or tried to be in D Rose's shoes of understanding what it's like to be at the top of your game, top of your craft. You're in your prime at 20 years old, and then to go through a traumatic injury like a torn ACL, and then have to go through an MCL injury and then more surgeries. And I just really admire a guy like that and respect a man like that because of course, he takes care of his family and his wife, and that's just one thing to see, but the way that he's led by example for all of us in his own way. And he really taught me how to persevere. And I took things from his journey even before he got into the NBA and made it my own. He comes from rough side of Chicago. Statistics really said that he shouldn't have made it out. And he carved a way by utilizing basketball as a vehicle to put his family in a different position, put his friends in a different position. So there's so many different things that I admire and respect about that guy because, when I was 19 getting ready for the draft, I remember watching him, and I was in Chicago at a playoff game. And it was probably the first time I had told myself that I wasn't as quick as somebody on the court, or who wasn't as explosive. That I don't think we will ever see something like that again in that framework or frame of body. Obviously, we have comparisons, but when D Rose came into the league, he really set the point guard role at a different precedent, and he made us all get better. You look at the era of point guards I grew up in with Russ, D Rose, Steph. Obviously you got the later in his career, J. Kidd, Steve Nash, John Wall, Damian Lillard. All of us have taken bits and pieces from each other's games, but our stories is what connects us forever. So D Rose is definitely on that list of some of my favorite people in the world and one of my favorite players. Well, I was scared to sign my dad as a signature athlete initially because I wasn't sure about the response. And then I thought about the response and I just stopped caring right at that moment, just because of how elated I was to be able to sign my dad. And ultimately, when I signed my dad, it's like me signing my family. So to see him step into a new position, to understand and empathize with what I've had to deal with being a signature athlete since I was 22 years old. He had to do photo shoots. He had to be on the road with me. He had to do everything that he had prepared me for. So it was interesting to see the roles reversed and to see him be proud of signing autographs for fans and being able to have his own colorway, be able to honor his late wife, my mom. So it's just all about us turning our struggle into our strength and being proud of our story and where we come from. Statistics said that my dad shouldn't have made it out either, or my family, and we all made it out of the Bronx, New York, moved to New Jersey, and now we're thriving and flourishing because we were able to sacrifice a lot of things that we loved when we were younger. They were younger, my aunts, my dad, my uncle, in order for us, the cousins, my kid, the kids now, to be able to thrive. So to pay that forward it's amazing, and I don't take it for granted. If anybody else out there is running a shoe brand, I'm not trying to give you any ideas, but signing your family is like one of the greatest things you could do, one of the greatest accomplishments. I love making sure that he has his own shoe in the closet and he sees me on court wearing something that he designed, something that he was honoring our family with. So I know my family's proud of him too.
Kyrie, one of the things that you've done really well in your career is finish at the rim. Sometimes you fall down. As you get older, are you mindful of that? Will you try to avoid that as you get older, just to
You trying to
avoid
age me,
injury?
bro?
What's that?
You trying to age me even more?
No, we
bro?
all do.
Like,
Yeah. No, is it
like
something?
you know what I mean? I was drafted at 19. There's a few guys in my draft class that are like 35, 36 now. But no, I'll answer. Yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to
So
cut you off.
do you try to avoid that? Do you try to are you mindful of it so you avoid those situations, so you just take yourself out of those potential scary scenarios where something may just kind of go sideways on you?
I think it. I would say the change, or kind of the difference between when I was 19, 20, my early years in attacking the rim versus now is just outside of injuries. It's just when you're going up there with guys that are 7'2", 7'3", or 6'10" with a lot of athleticism, you're going to take some hits, and you just have to learn how to fall as well. And to all of the young kids out there, or even some of my peers, just learning how to fall is also a key to longevity. You can't control it all the time, but when you can, do so. And that starts in the weight room, starts in the little nuances of the game that I work on to help me with my balance and just also my core strength, and also being mentally confident and prepared for taking those hits. And I think even to add on to that, I've just become more of a 2-foot jumper than just a single-foot jumper at the rim, just being able to have more options off of 2 feet. And then if I do need to finish off of 1, then still being aggressive and athletic enough to do so. And I still think I can improve on my at-the-rim finishing. I think last year wasn't one of my best years of finishing at the rim, but I think it was, that's just my opinion, right? It's my opinion. I think I can still improve on just attacking the rim and being able to finish more plays, especially as I looked at the Western Conference Finals and the Celtics series.
Chris Henderson, chendo.com. This is a 2-part question for you. So you talked about the culture, right, in Dallas. The fans have embraced you. I want you to go back to the Anta event in Deep Ellum and how big that was for the city and what you were able to do with that and just being able to embrace the fans so fast.
Organic energy, that love, and give it back to them. I'm a person of reciprocity. You give me love, I try to give that back to you. And when I give you love, I'm not expecting love back from you all the time, but I just, let you know that there's some good people out here that care for you. And then to answer your second question with Klay, of course there's going to be competition. There was competition with my dad, who had the better signature series. So, even when I was with Nike and Bron and stuff like that, it wasn't a terrible thing to have healthy competition in this space. I think it only made us better. And, me and Klay have had short conversations about Anta, but not deep conversations. I think you'll see more collaborations from us. I think you'll see more apparel collaborations from us. There's just another opportunity for us to build. Anta's huge in China, and introducing the brand here in America, that's our next phase. We're in a competitive pool with some of the best brands in the world. We feel like we're one of the best brands in the world as well. So, we have champions there. We feel like it's a winner's brand. We feel like we stand on principles and morality instead of just taking money and trying to do whatever you want with it. It's really just geared back to helping out our people. So, it's just great to have a teammate here that I could be on the floor with, and also somebody I could be in the boardroom with and making business decisions. So.
With Real Talk Sports, thank you so much for your time. You mentioned reciprocating the love. We definitely appreciate your time today. I know you're very big on staying present in the moment. So if you could title this chapter of your life, what would that title be?
I don't know if I have a name yet. I'm just letting it be. Just letting it be, just taking it one day at a time. Yeah, but this next chapter in itself, what it means to me is, just all the lessons that I've been able to learn since being in the NBA. And being on my 14th year, like I really am an old head now. I accept that. I'm not an unk yet, so to say, but being 14 years in any business and you're starting day one again, you just try to find that motivation of the refreshing mentality you need. You need to come in with a new verve, and also be able to grow with the people that you were with in the past year and continue to challenge each other in a healthy way and love on each other, and anything's possible from there. So we do have some carryover from last year, some new faces, but I feel like the culture being built here, especially by our upper management, has done amazing things for us as players to be ourselves and continue to be the best version of ourselves on the court.
And then if I could ask you to elaborate, you mentioned traveling different places with your kids as well. As a dad, what is it like for you?
Kyrie, I think most people would consider you and Luka and Klay to be guards, although Luka has a power forward's body. How do you envision that?
Let Luka hear that shit, man. Oh my God.
How do you
He's a guard with a power forward's body. Come on, bro.
He's a big dude. He's a big dude. How do you envision that playing out on the court, not only offensively but defensively?
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting figuring out process. We're starting from day one together, which I'm grateful for, but the rhythm that we're going to need in order to beat the best of the best is going to have to be at a different level than it was last year. But I feel like we all have great attitudes towards one another in terms of our skill sets and how great we are. Watching guys' faces light up when Klay makes a shot, and whether it be a difficult shot for most of us, it looks easy for him. And when you're around someone that's special at a craft and a skill set, it's nothing like asking that person about what makes them great. Why does he continue to stay motivated at what he does? And I feel like the same thing for Luka and same thing for myself. We all are curious about the game and how we continue to get better, but we're also very selfless in our approach to wanting to see each other do well and ultimately win basketball games for the team. So I know a lot of the pressure or the eyes are going to be on me and Klay and Luka, but for us, we've done a great job, even just from afar, just distributing that responsibility, because I'm going to be needed in different situations. He's going to be needed in different situations, meaning Klay. Luka's going to be needed to be in different situations, and I think we all bring a different expertise. And now when you mesh that all together, I think this season would be great for us to translate that into wins and also being able to respond to losses in difficult times. It's not going to be a perfect season. It's not going to be pretty all the time. I know I've gone on record saying this all last year, but we just have to stay poised, continue to trust one another, and just have fun at going after something bigger than ourselves. Yeah, we'll all preach championship in here, but it's only going to be a few people that are going to believe in that. And that's just the real of it. So us, sitting up here and all the guys in the locker room, everybody that's part of our staff and organization that has that unwavering belief, we need to continue to build on those relationships, and everything else is pretty much a distraction. So I'm excited to get started with our veteran group and a few of the young guys we have on this championship run. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Kyrie.
He's a point guard with a power forward's body. Wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting comment.
Well, that was a comment from a media person. So, but
I mean,
hey,
I was looking like, where's the lie?
well, listen, that's more motivation for Luka. But get back to Kyrie. People don't really understand what Kyrie has brought to this franchise, and it's not just X's and O's or what's on
Luka
the court.
Better player.
He's legitimized this franchise. People don't understand that Kyrie's one of the most, whether the outside media thinks of him or not, Kyrie's one of the most respected players in the NBA. He just is. If you just ask players around the league about Kyrie, they got nothing but good to say about the man and the basketball player. So you can thank Kyrie for Klay Thompson being here. If Kyrie's not here, Klay Thompson doesn't come here. And since he's legitimized his franchise, he won't be the last player you see in free agency. Along with Nico Harris, you see, wow, the Mavericks got him. Get the hearing the statement.
Wait, are you saying Dallas is a destination now?
Yeah, get to hearing the statement that Dallas will be along with, and it's just me, but it's what I believe. Get to hearing for the next 3 to 5 years or 6 years or how long Nico's here along. Even if Kyrie's retired and gone, his impact as far as what he's said about his organization and what he's got other players to feel outside this organization to feel about his organization is way past what he can do on the court. Get to hear, just like you hear New York, Miami, both LA organizations, Chicago, Philly. This is a destination city now. This is a destination organization. Get used to being hearing that. And that far outweighs what he would do on the court. Of course, we loved him and helped bring a championship to this city, but how he's legitimized this organization, I couldn't thank Kyrie enough, because only a guy like that could actually do this for his organization. That to me, that signs his check to get paid whatever he wants here beyond means what he did just for that. You don't get Klay Thompson without Kyrie's approval to legitimize his organization, say, hey, this organization, this is a top-notch organization. These people got their stuff together right here. You're gonna like it. Hear me. This won't be the last big-time free agent you hear in the offseason say, wow, I'm picking the Dallas Mavs, and people gonna be looking like shocked. Like, wow, that guy picked the Dallas Mavs? I'm just saying.
I mean, I've got my player who I've always wanted on the Dallas Mavericks now, so I'm happy. I mean, you know me, I'm like a kid in the gumball factory. I've been begging for this Klay Thompson move since the beginning of the time.
I'm gonna put it this way. I'm not this me not trying to take over on Woj's job or have a Woj.
I'm sorry. He doesn't have a job anymore. He quit. Remember, he doesn't work for ESPN anymore.
Well, I'm just saying, me trying to be the next Woj. I'm just saying this.
Why not? The job is open. You can take it.
That'd be cool. I'll take his money. I'll take the salary he was making.
Yeah, that's what you go. You can work for ESPN. The word on the street is Schefter might be becoming the next Woj over there with Indiana. The word on the street.
But I'll put it this way: you are way more closer to the Giannis thing being a real thing in the next couple of years than you were the last time he was a free agent. That was a pipe dream. That wasn't going to happen. I'm telling you now. I'm just saying, I don't know what holds in the future, but you are way more closer to a player like that being saying, if they can open up a salary spot, I just may pick those guys because the organization is legit. It wasn't legit 5, 6, 7 years ago. It just wasn't. It just wasn't. It's legit now. That's just me putting it out there.
Okay, makes sense. I mean, what you're saying is makes a lot of sense. Now we get to hear the guy that everybody is excited to see. Of course, I'm excited to see in a Mavs uniform.
I know you are.
Oh yeah. Listen. I could go on for days about how I've wanted this deal done, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it.
We don't have time for you going. Someone's have to go to work, including you.
Yeah.
We have time to keep carrying on for hours.
But don't worry about it. I don't have any appointments in the morning, so I'm good.
Jesus Christ.
So let's hear from the man, the myth, the legend, the man who says, "Don't leave me open, because I still can knock it down." Klay Thompson.
Klay, Dorothy Gentry, iMessenger Media. You talked this summer to some campers about joy and about keeping their joy. So can you elaborate more on the importance of joy, and if you're on your own journey back to your joy?
That's a great question. I did mention that to those young athletes because I was once in their shoes, and when you're so desperate to make it in the professional world, you kind of will put this unnecessary pressure on your shoulders, and I was really a culprit of that, especially in college, my rookie year, my first couple years in the NBA. And that can kind of get in the way of why you do play basketball. That's because it is the most fun sport in the world, most unique sport in the sense you can work on it individually or with 9 other players on the court. So I just tried to emphasize that when I was around them, because if you're positive always and you're joyful, you'll get the most out of your ability, and then you can look back on your career one day and say you did everything you could to, be the best athlete you could be.
Hey, Klay. Landon Thomas, Mavs fans for life. First of all, welcome to Dallas.
Thank you.
Just first of all, how's it feel wearing that jersey?
Feels awesome. Feels really good.
And then second of all, when you saw this team in the finals, obviously you envisioned yourself, but just what areas can you see yourself helping this team not only getting back to the finals, but winning on the championship?
I think my game complements the roster very well, especially from a perimeter scoring aspect. I think I'll help space the floor for guys like Luka and Kyrie to do their thing, and just being here this week and playing with our team and building chemistry with our big guys and our guards, giving our offense kind of a whole new dimension. And I could see us, that's why I was here in the first place, because I saw how close they were to winning a championship, and the opportunity to do that again, I don't take it for granted, and I'm going to work my hardest to try and get us back there.
I guess your thoughts about playing in the Zekin this summer, and then also D Rose retiring after 16 years.
Well, it was really fun linking up with Isaiah again. Me and Isaiah go way, way back. Him being a Seattle kid, and I was from Portland. A lot of childhood memories playing against each other. Then at the collegiate level, Washington State. So he actually knocked me out of the Pac-10 tournament. So it was kind of full circle to be able to go support him and the community he's from. And then secondly, seeing Derek retire, it's end of an era. And what an amazing athlete Derek was. An incredible story. That's like a Hollywood film. His life was just to be from Chicago, #1 pick, youngest MVP of all time. You couldn't write a better story. And I'm happy that he's getting his recognition, because he, at his peak, he was like one of the greatest seasons I've ever seen. His highlights are being played to this day. and will forever be played because they were so spectacular.
Hey, Klay, Tim McMahon, ESPN. Obviously, new system for you, new teammates. From a X's and O's standpoint, what do you think the biggest adjustments for you will be, and what can be done to kind of establish that comfort level early and ease that process for you?
I think from an X and O standpoint, I'll have to adjust to maybe playing off such good creators. In Golden State, it was very motion-based offense. Just being able to play with Luka for the last few days, his ability in the pick and roll is maybe the best I've ever seen, and it'll be fun to play with him in those sets because he draws so much attention and he gets so many open looks from the perimeter. So I'll be there to knock him down, and then I think it will take a couple weeks, just to get used to this new system. But luckily, opening night's not till the 22nd, I think. So this preseason might be the most important one I've had in so many years, and I can't wait to get going tomorrow and learn this system. But I do know I'm a hooper, so I can adjust accordingly, and I look forward to doing that.
Yeah, right there, Kendrick. That's all I need to hear right there. That's all I need to hear right there. I don't need to hear no more. You heard it right there.
Listen, like I said, people need to understand he's just not a shooter. He's a hoop. He can play. He can still play. The fact of the matter is, he's going to get more opportunities here than he did in Golden State at this point in time in his career, because he doesn't have to do as much as he had to do. When he was at Golden State, he had to be the second best player and sometimes the second best scorer on the team. And that's not who he is. He doesn't have to be there. All he has to do is come in and just be the best version of Klay Thompson he could be. Be that 40% three-point shooter, whether it's catch and shoot on threes, whether it's sitting up there double pin downs. They're gonna put some of the offense that he likes to do always in there. Just notice that all they're gonna have to do is sit in the corner. That's not what they're gonna do. He's gonna be doing something. It's gonna be adjustment. They're gonna be putting in some of the offense that he likes as he has to get adjusted to the offense the Mavs do. So it's like I said, it's going to take some time. We got preseason for him, but I think this to be a smooth transition, because one thing the Mavs were missing that Klay does a lot, and they could have used that in NBA Finals. Klay can shoot. For all this talk, listen, Tim Hardaway Jr., the reason why he couldn't get on the floor and the reason why
I saw his media day over in Detroit.
Yeah, he was in Detroit because he couldn't shoot the damn ball when you needed to. Josh Green couldn't shoot the damn ball when you needed him to shoot the ball. And it went to a lot. It went for a lot of the Mavericks. To their credit, even though they made it to the finals, they were the worst three-point shooting team in the playoffs. But somehow they got to the finals. Just think, having a guy like Klay Thompson on there can improve that. He's going to be a high 30s to low 40% three-point shooter. That's going to spread the floor immediately, and now you can run those pick and rolls with your bigs, and you don't have to worry about teams crashing down on Luka or crashing or playing a small on a big like the Boston Celtics did in the finals. They won't do that because they're going to have to keep the wings or keep themselves honest, because Klay Thompson is sitting there where he's on the perimeter, or he's on the corner, or he's on the wing waiting for a three-point shot. And also he's going to get the ball in spots that he's going to love to get the ball. And remember, Luka, I keep trying to tell people this. Luka is an elite passer. He's a great scorer. But I'm trying to tell you, he's one of the three best passers in this NBA. Other than Joker and LeBron, there's nobody else better at passing the ball. I know we got Halliburton. He led the league in assists, and you still got Chris Paul. There's levels to this. He's a top three passer. He will find whoever's open. Even when you don't think you're open, Luka will find you. So he's gonna have more opportunities. I'm just looking forward to seeing how this meshes and how the end product is going to look, because the Mavericks have never had a shooter other than Dirk Nowitzki like this. They've never had a shooter like this. They ever had a shooter like this, and shooters going to shoot, and it's going to be numerous times when we're going to see in games, and you're going to see Klay just erupting when he's hitting 5 or 6 threes in the game, and the crowd's going wild, and that's when you know this thing has flipped and turned. It's going to take a little bit of time, but be patient with the Mavericks. But when it turns, I'm telling you, this team's going to be offensively potent. For real, for real.
Kendrick, as you see, we got this is at practice today, I believe. You see Klay back there putting up some shots in practice. But join us live right now. You know him all across the world. He's at Tovash10 on Twitter, where they talk God, sports, not so much porn anymore. Thanks to a guy who sits in a wheelchair who can't feel anything below the waist, has cut off. Of course, everybody's porn on Twitter, basically saying, if I can't feel anything below the waist, neither will you guys. But here he is now at Tovash10. Get over there and follow that cat. Vosh, do we have you?
How we doing, guys?
What's going on, man?
Just enjoying what y'all talking about. Here watching the WNBA playoffs. A little bummed out that our aces
on a Monday afternoon here pretty soon.
Say it again.
Somebody's gonna be taking me on a fishing trip on a Monday afternoon here pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean the Aces had a chance to win today, just like they did the other day. But somehow the Liberty just keep making shots when it counts, and I appreciate a shot maker anytime. And going back to what Kendrick was just talking about, when it comes to the Mavs, man, just enjoying that Klay Thompson is on the Maverick team, and I think we'll be saying it all season.
Shout out to Real from We Talk Mavs here joining us right now, tuned in on the broadcast. Shout out, Relly.
What's going on, Relly? Kendrick brought up, like having Klay Thompson on your team, and the value that he brings to your team, and like I don't even think that it's gonna be a maturation with Klay Thompson. I think that Klay Thompson comes in firing away, because they're gonna gel. They're gonna gel off the bat soon. It won't be later. And I think that Klay Thompson comes in making shots. He's one of those guys, and Kendrick also brought up he's the second best shooter in Mavericks history. There's a guy named Tim Legler that was here who dropped off a lot. Hit a lot of buckets from three, and then there's also
I saw shots fired at Steve Nash too.
Steve Nash, and then there's also a guy named Brad Davis who hit shots, but. Yeah, top 10 for sure. He hasn't even shot one.
Tobias, that's great now. But
Rondo
that's them
Blackman.
shooters. That's them shooters.
Derek
and that's
Harper.
Klay Thompson.
Oh.
Klay Thompson.
Oh.
He is the second best shooter in the history of this league. It's proof. We got actual proof and not long way. We got actually close proof of how great a shooter. Oh, they're about to get into it over there.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks fun in Minnesota right now.
Listen, I understand what you're saying with those guys. Those are very good shooters, but we talking about a guy whose percentages is around 40% career-wise from three. That the Mavericks have never had somebody like that. I know we talking about Dale Ellis. I mean, I'm hearing on my thing on my three is Dale Ellis. I got a lot of people, but this guy's different. And
Shots
the fact
fired at Nick Van Exel, Tim
yeah,
Hardaway
but
Jr.
Nick McNassel, very cute. I mean, very cute.
Jason Terry. Jason Terry shot all those. Jason Terry shot all those threes in that NBA finals. Say, man, he can't get no love.
Jason Terry, very good going to his left. I mean, very good basketball player. But
Paige Stojakovic shot all those threes.
Yeah, Paige Stojakovic before his back went out. You know, he did it.
He only good in the Lakers series.
He had a memorable Game 7, man. I mean, yeah, he's up there too. But this is a dead eye shooter. When I don't. It's about maybe about a handful of guys that I fear when they shoot the ball. I mean, when they actually shoot the ball, and he's one of them. There's Reggie Miller. I'm talking through the history of the game. Larry Bird.
Coach Kidd set a record for 3-point shots as a point guard in the year of the championship, and you just gonna override? Just go right over that, huh?
No, don't do that. Ray Allen, Steph Curry, and I'm putting this guy in there with him. I'm putting this guy. Hey, you can even go through prime Dame Lillard when he's shooting the ball, and I mean, you fear when it's because every time it's going up, it's going in. It got that kind of shooting talent. But that guy is up there with him.
For you to say he's already the second best Maverick shooter of all time. I mean, let's not forget. Let's not forget.
I ain't put on the uniform. Now I ain't putting on the uniform.
That's kind of doing them with this justice. Even though I hope he is, but I mean, you can't rule out the fact that he went 0 for 10 in this last basketball game.
Hey! That was with the Golden State Warriors. Okay, that was not
his last basketball day. His last NBA basketball game that he played. I want y'all at home to look up his stats. Now, with that being said, I love Klay Thompson and Klay Thompson. He's gonna get the biggest cheer from me. I'm sorry, all year long. I will go buy a 31 jersey in white. And in blue, maybe even green as well. I love Klay Thompson, but for Kendricks to actually pull that card, a little bit premature, but I still get it.
Listen, hey, I don't got no premature in me, man. Ain't no quickies in me, man. I'm steady long and strong with mine. But
shout out to the ladies.
That he does where he's pandering to people now is what it is.
No, I'm not pandering to nobody. I'm just listening. He comes in as the second best shooter in Mavs history.
Even Tobias Dobbs don't even agree with that statement.
Oh, listen, the fact of the matter is, I'm super excited. Now, like I said, I believe it's going to take some time for him to get adjusted to the system, for them to get adjusted to what he likes to do. But when he gets comfortable, when he has one of them games when he gets comfortable, listen, we all can agree this. Boston Celtics didn't respect the Mavericks shooting. Hell, we saw it, Tobias.
They didn't have to because it was putting the clamps. Jaylen Brown was putting the clamps on Luka, had him throwing.
It wasn't just that. If you watch the game, they were putting Jason Tatum on their big because they didn't respect the shooters. They said we're gonna put a big on we're gonna put a small on your big because we don't believe nobody in the corners can hit a three on us. They won't do if that series played again. Jason Tatum's ass will be out there on the wing because he knows he can't get if they try to put a big like they put Porzingis out there when he was playing out there on one of the Mavericks corner shooters. He's gonna get cooked over there by Klay Thompson. That's not gonna happen again. The fact of the matter is the Mavericks recognized their weakness in the offseason and they dealt with it. It ain't just him they brought in. They brought in a bunch of guys who can shoot the ball, who can shoot corner threes, who can shoot wing threes. They improved every which way you need to improve this team. Shout out to Nico Harris, shout out to J Kidd, shout out to the Mavericks organization for finally recognizing the need and getting that need done and with limited assets.
Can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah, you better ask us about is Alyssa Thomas jump shot ugly? Yes, it is.
Hey, I don't know. It's atrocious, but I mean, she leads the WNBA in triple doubles, and
oh god,
she's like approaching history. Yeah, she do.
What a terrible shot she takes.
Check this out. Let's say 20. What year was that? What did the Mavericks went to? Was that 2022 or 2021? Did the Mavericks play Golden State in the West Finals and lost?
2021.
What year was it?
No, that was 2022.
2022.
Okay, so 2 years ago, let's say that the Mavericks had Klay Thompson on their team and went against the Golden State Warriors or went against the Boston Celtics. So let's say the 2021 Mavs or 2022 Mavs with Klay Thompson minus Kyrie, but they had Jalen Brunson. Let's say that particular team right there with Klay and Brunson and a few bigs, but not that many. I think the white power was still kind of relevant.
No,
Let's say that team, that particular team, went up against Golden State and Boston. But let's see, could that team and would that team have been NBA champions?
No, because your centers weren't good.
Your centers weren't good. Now hear me out. I think they beat Golden State. I do think they beat Golden State in that series.
Well, hold on now. Boston didn't have Porzingis, so he might.
I know, but who's keeping Tatum or Brown out the rim? Who's keeping them from the rim? Because they're going to the rim all the time. The problem with the Mavericks is their center position was garbage. I mean, it was garbage from the starter to the backup. They had no paint presence. Now, I think they beat Golden State because of the style Golden State plays. Now maybe they play different. Klay's not on there, but their team like to put up a lot of threes and play fast. So I think that ultimately helps the Dallas Mavericks. But ultimately, I think the Boston Celtics get them because Boston still had a ton of athletes on their team even 2 years ago on their team, and nobody wasn't keeping them guys out the rim. It just I think it still fall. The fact now that the Mavericks have the shooting to go with two legit starting NBA centers, now you got the shooting around them, and now you got Luka and Kai doing their thing with their ball play on pick and rolls and stuff like that. This is the best Mavericks team I've seen put together since the championship team.
Okay,
I'll give you that one.
Now, the reason why I asked that question is because the style of play that Jason Kidd shows us, and he showed us in that particular year's run. And then he also showed us when Bullock
Jason Kidd
was
coach
here.
that everybody wanted fired last year.
That's that same Coach Kidd, Kidd that, I mean, I'll go to a bar and still hear Coach Kidd needs to be fired and blah blah bullshit and blah blah bullshit.
What color is he?
I mean, who knows at this point? No, but the reason why I'm asking that and the reason why I pull that up is because the way he coaches, and he coaches a style to where it, even as defensive as he is, it coaches to a style to where he allows, it's almost similar to Rick Carlisle, but he allows his shooters to flourish. And he allows his main player to basically dominate the ball, just like what Dirk did. Dirk kind of dominated the ball as well. But Dirk just like found the spot and spotted up. But like Coach Kidd will say, hey, 5 out or 4 round one, and then let everybody do their thing. Our main player touches the basketball. He must touch the basketball, but it's on him to create and do, and do whatever he wants to do. So like, I mean, even with Klay, and we'll see it, and it's gonna hurt teams' feelings. I apologize, Western Conference coming into the year. Hey, dearly, Western Conference, you're on notice. Western Conference, you are on notice. Hey, stop. Will you stop? Shut the hell up. I'm doing something. Western Conference, you are on notice because what Jason Kidd is gonna do.
Live looking talk about killing his dogs right now.
He's gonna create a style to where Klay Thompson doesn't have to dribble, just like what Steve Kerr did. He's gonna create a style to where Luka, all Luka has to do is like touch the ball one time. He'll let somebody bring the basketball up. Luka will touch the ball.
He hates Luka.
And then after that, he'll try to create, go to the rim, and then all of a sudden now he's creating for Klay. He's creating for a lob down low. I mean, Derek Lively is going to have a big season. Even Jaden Hardy is going to have a big year because I think that he will spell Kai. He would spell Luka when it's time, to get their buckets or whatever. But when it's also time for them to go to the bench, I think Jaden Hardy has a big year this year, and I've been calling for it all last year.
Does Derek Lively start?
Yes, I'm gonna tell you something. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you something. Imagine this. ISO on the right side, okay, and then Luka or Kai's got the ball. ISO on the right side, and then they do a pin down, a high pick and roll, but it's a pin down with Klay Thompson, and now the defense has to pick a choice. Either the big jumps out there on Klay Thompson, and that allows then either Lively or the other center to dive to the court for a dunk, or they stay back and Klay just spots up, hits a three. I'm telling you, it's gonna be beautiful to see how Jason Kidd runs this offense and how they use Klay Thompson, not just for him getting shots, but deception to get other people's shots, also easier shots.
Well, we are all looking forward to it. Can't wait. I think our first preseason game is not the Mavs, but the preseason starts I think Friday. We're gonna see our first NBA preseason game. But Kendricks, something that is near and dear to us. We all got a weekend off, I should say. We got a Sunday off where we got to chill and sit back and watch football and didn't have to worry about too much on Sunday until they showed that promo Sunday night where it said the Cowboys play the Steelers. Then I got crushed again. I was like, oh, back to reality. Back to life.
Man.
Back to reality.
It may be a crushing reality on. Listen, man. The walking wounded. This team is hurt, and like we said, like I said in the preseason, this is a top heavy team, and they can't afford injury. It can't afford injuries at the top. And if you look at their defense, man, the walking wounded. You got both your defensive ends going to be probably out. You got your starting cornerback out. I think maybe your safety is not looking great. Hopefully he practices. He practices the rest of the week so he can be in. But they're a walking wounded, man. And coming into Pittsburgh against a team that's probably gonna be a little bit angry. How they lost that game against the Colts, maybe a look ahead game. But it's Cowboys Steelers on a Sunday night prime time. They're gonna be locked in. The fans are gonna be locked in. I got no expectations for this game right there, man. This could be a rough night. And knowing how the offense is still, even though they won last Thursday, the offense is still struggling to have consistent drive, struggling to get big plays. They still can't run the ball. That's probably gonna be a cue for the rest of the year. They can't run the ball. It's gonna be all on Dak's shoulders. With Watt coming at him and them dudes. So good luck, man. Good luck. Good luck.
What if this is the game where the offense finally shows up, and because Pittsburgh could be pushing T.J. Watt one way, but then also McCarthy draws the offense up to go the other way, and so this is a game where Zeke does just pick up blitzes and blah blah blah, but it also buys Dak time, and I think that this could be also a game where we see a surprise from the team. There's always that one game where the Cowboys play. What you doing? There's always that one game where the Cowboys play, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, "Oh my goodness, they showed up tonight. Now we're 3-2," and then that's that's the jolts that the team actually needs. I see one of those games coming from these dudes.
I appreciate the optimism. The only problem in that, they've had 10 days. They're gonna have 10 days, and plus it's a Sunday night game, so they got extra days to get ready for. But the fact of the matter is that, listen, man, you missing Tank Lawrence and Parsons. You missing your two best players on two of your top 3 players on defense. Actually, 3 of your top 4 players on defense are gonna be out of this game. And also you got another mobile quarterback. Didn't handle that very well last time. They played a very athletic mobile quarterback. this team can run. Pittsburgh can run the ball. They're still the top-rated scoring defense in the NFL. They get after the pass rushers. They I think they're top 10-ish against the run, like the Cowboys can run anyway. But you know where I'm going with this. It's just that being that hurt on defense scaring me, man. That I don't see a pass rush there or any resistance there. Listen, no shade brought. I guess what shade brought to the Giants. Their last real competition against the Saints and the and the Ravens, they gave up over 200 yards and close to 200 yards rushing. I don't now they're going against another team that likes to run the football, whether it's the running back or the quarterback. Read options again. And I'm not saying Michael Parsons, he was bad against read options anyway, but still it's a downgrade. So the Cowboys going to have a handful on the defense end. That's why I'm struggling. Maybe offensive, they can put up some points and score, but defensively, man, I don't.
So we're actually giving Fields that much credit.
I'm not giving Fields that much credit. I'm giving the fact that he is a mobile quarterback. For all his faults, he is athletic. He can pull read option. They do have a good running game. I'm not giving him like he's all of a sudden and a top 10 quarterback. No, but he is what he does. The Cowboys still haven't been able to solve the answer to as a mobile quarterback. And the Cowboys defense is uber injured right now. It's very injured right now. That's when
we saw the Cowboys defeat the Giants on Thursday nights. We were live at Berry Best Barbecue, good establishment. But some other games took place in week 4. Of course, we did see the Steelers lose to the Coasters there. That was clipping them right there. Last week. Yeah, Joe Flacco came in there and gave him a hot L.
Yeah, Joe did, man.
Came in there and gave him a hot L. So let's go over the games real quick of week 4. Of course, we saw the Cowboys defeat the Giants, and thank you for you guys for those quick notes about the Cowboys-Giants game and what the Cowboys are going to be up against the Steelers. But next up on the list, Kendrick, we saw the Cincinnati Bengals finally get a win against the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, man. Listen, it was a great game in the first half, but listen, man, you knew Joe Burrow was going to get it going. Some people may not think he's talented, but I think he had 232 yards, 2 tutties and interceptions, 22 or 31. But like I said, Jamar Chase finally had himself a game. He had a big time run out the catch, led to a touchdown. He had 3 for 85 and a tutty. T. Higgins also had 6 for 60 in this game. But yeah, the Bengals getting a big victory over the Panthers. Not saying they're right, but they got right against the Carolina Panthers. Anthony Dalton. Pretty good day. 25 or 40, 220, 2 tutties and an interception. Chuba Hubbard also had 18 for 104. But yeah, the Bengals get off the schneid. They're 1-3. Panthers also 1-3.
Yeah. Next up, the Saints lose to the Falcons, and that's a division rival right there.
Yeah, man. It looked like the Saints when they came. I put it up on my social media account. They were cheering when they came off the plane, man, like they won the Super Bowl. Somebody should tell
They did win the Super Bowl. They did. That was a Super Bowl. I told you.
But somebody said the real Super Bowl is in February. It's not in September because they have lost 2 straight since they beat the Cowboys. Yeah, man, the Saints losing to the Falcons
because that was their Super Bowl.
26-24 in this game. Of note, Derek Carr, 28 out of 36, 239, an interception. He has not thrown a touchdown since the Cowboys game. Alvin Kamara, 19 for 72. My guy, Shaheed, 8 for 83. He had a big game in this game. But the Falcons, man, Kirk Cousins, modest numbers. He did enough to win. Him and Derek Carr basically the same play. He was 21 of 35 for 238. Also we had hometown Drake London 6 for 64 in this game. But this game was one of the defensive end for the Falcons. Had a big defensive touchdown to really change the game. As it was getting away from him in the second half. But yeah, it came down to a kick at the end. The Falcons,
team. That's another team we're gonna be seeing in a couple weeks. Is the Falcons?
Yeah,
12 o'clock.
A big kick by who's that? Koo. Game winner.
Young Ho.
Yeah, it's Ho. It's Young Ho.
Yeah, Young Ho.
I don't speak Asian.
His name is
I
Young
don't
Ho.
speak Asian. That's awesome.
His name is Young Ho.
Young Ho. Okay. All right, Young Ho.
There you go.
With a walk-off kick to win this game. 20.
What's the respect on Young Ho's name?
20. What you? I don't know. If we should be calling him Young Ho. I don't know. If
That's his name.
You say you call him. I mean, which one he rather be called, Koo or Young Ho? I'm just saying. That's just me. That's just me. But hey, whatever he wants to call him. Listen, he was the man in the ATL, big game winning kicker. Boosts the Falcons to 2-2. The Saints also 2-2, haven't won a game since that big dub in Arlington against the Cowboys.
Can we talk about that Saints Falcons real quick?
Go ahead.
That is their Super Bowl. Like those two teams right there hate each other. That's their rivalry. It's like Cowboys Giants, Cowboys Eagles, and so like I mean to be at home and Koo's been kicking for a minute. He's made numerous 50+ yarders in his career, and for him to wet the Saints up like that, and then the Saints are of course projected to score every single time they touch the football. For them to go down on the road like that in Atlanta, I mean that was a big kick for that young man. And so like, hey, Cowboy fans, thank you for that kick. And of course, I mean I know it's not in your division, but for the Saints, for the indestructible Saints to go to 2-2, and of course the Cowboys to go up to 2-2. I mean, like the NFL right now is wide open. We've seen it, and everybody's 2-2. Cowboys are 2-2. The Ravens, the Ravens are right there, and then only like the Vikings and a couple of other teams right now are 2-2. Hell, Aaron Rodgers is 2-2. And
Fish said it's an 8-8 lead.
I mean, right now it's looking mediocre. Luckily for it being a 17-game season, you don't have to split. But geez, I mean, like just go out and win games in front of you, and like that's what you hope for in this league. And I mean, the Saints didn't do that. They did it here. They did it here in Arlington. But I mean, for the Cowboys to like not defend home, that's telling right now because of what you did last year and the year before that. But like, golly, if you just take care of business at the crib and maybe sneak a couple of games out on the road, who knows where you will be in this league? And so we will see. I mean, hello, week 5, and we welcome you. But golly, for everybody to be 2-2 is kind of shocking to me.
Man, these games are going by fast though. The weeks are going by, the days are going by fast.
We're already in week 5. Yep.
Week 5. Yep. You're gonna blink and we're gonna be blinking. It's gonna be a Thanksgiving game. Let's hope the Cowboys not out of it with all these injuries they happen. I guess
I'll be ready for Christmas because Christmas coming too.
I guess since Walt well he's gotten back in there. I'll just boot up the next game. My Super Bowl championship team I picked to win the Super Bowl. The Houston Texans get a big win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Boy,
a big win?
Is that big?
Yeah, it's a big that he may not last another couple of weeks. Old Dougie. From what I'm hearing, the little whispers going around that will he make it past week 8? If this team continues to wall, but 24-20, Texas with a big win.
Are you talking about Dougie P?
Yeah, Dougie P. Had another mental blunder where he went for it where he really didn't have to. Cost himself points. But let's look at it. Trevor Lawrence, another modest day. Really, hey man, you paid the guy. 18 of 33, just a $169, 2 tutties though. But guy I liked that I thought the Cowboys should have drafted Tank Bigsby. Your running game would have been solved. 7 for 90, almost 13 yards of carry. ETN, he's basically now the backup. He had 50 yards now, but also had almost close to a 5-point average. Thomas Jr. had 6 for 86 and a tutty. Kirk, former Aggie, had 7 for 61 and also a tutty. But the Houston Texans, man, CJ Stroud winning it at the end. See, that's probably CJ now. Hey, CJ.
Dominoes.
I got you, my guy. Had 27 for 40, 345 yards, 2 tutties, including that last one at the end to win it. Akers, the former Ram, he had 13 for 58 in this game. Nico Collins, don't look out now. He's statistically the best receiver in the league, yardage and reception wise. You know why I'm saying that? He had 12 receptions for $151 and a tutty in this game. So right now, statistics, he's your best wide receiver in the league, statistically speaking. He is.
Say that word again, Ken.
Where's Justin Jefferson down on that list?
Say that word again.
Statistically. Listen, man. I know I went to Carter,
What
but
the fuck was this, Bruce?
don't Kimber dudes
Shout out to Zach.
Kimber dudes don't need to be saying because y'all ain't that far behind us. But anyway, Diggs also had 5 for 69. Your boy Dalton Schultz also had
dead on arrival
in this game. Texas get a big win. They improved to 3-1. The Jacksonville the Fighting Duvalls, not fighting anymore. They're 0-4 on the season. In this crucial NFC South game. Moving on, Walt. What we got up next?
Next up will be the Broncos and the Jets. Well, what a barn burner we had here.
Don't look now, but Sean Payton may have figured something out. I mean, I'm not saying that they're going to the playoffs, but they're not going to be god awful as people thought they were going to be. This was a very ugly game. Says more about what the Jets are doing as far as the offensive side of the ball. We had some decision in the ranks between QB and coach in the post game pressure.
That happened last week on Monday night. Was it what did they play on Monday Night Football or Sunday night?
It was
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Thursday night. They played last Thursday night.
Thursday night.
They had a little dust up where he tried to hug Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers pushed him away.
Yeah. That was stupid. So we got a little turf between the coach and the quarterback. It escalated in the post game pressure after this loss. Broncos win 10-7. As we look at the stats right here, Bo Nix, he did enough to win. I guess a win to win. 12 of 25, 60 yards. He did have a touchdown in this game. Williams had 16 carries for 77 yards. Also in this game, like I said, wasn't a lot of scoring. Sutton, the former Mustang, he had three receptions for 60 yards and a tutty in this game. As we look to the Jets, I mean, my God, Aaron Rodgers 24 or 42, 225.
Start looking a little washed at Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah, he don't look like he looks like he is 42. I think 42. Williams also had four catches for 67 yards. Lazard had 5 for 58. Wilson also had 5 for 41. But yeah, just offensive, and maybe it was the weather, but they haven't looked right the whole year. They fall 2-2, and don't look out now. The Broncos are at 2-2. Ugly game. 10-9 Broncos get the win.
Next up, the Vikings defeated the Packers with Sam Darnold still leading the way.
Yeah, man, don't look out now, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe Sam Darnold is your leading MVP candidate.
Hell no.
Wow.
Well, right now, if you look at it, man, 31-29, Vikings jumped out and jumped on the Green Bay Packers 28-0. But then, listen, give the Packers credit. They stopped turning the ball over and actually started putting the ball in the end zone. Came back on them, but was a little too late in this game. I think it was a missed field goal that probably would have gave them the lead later on in the game. But yeah, that was a story. Had a missed field goal.
Yeah, might have a little quarterback controversy over there in what's the name in Green Bay.
Oh,
Malik Willis out there winning games. Jordan Love come back and they start losing. Might have a little quarterback controversy. Maybe it might be time to see Jordan Love again.
Listen, ain't no quarterback controversy. You seen how much they paying that man? Ain't no quarterback controversy. So, but I see what you're saying. Jordan Love, listen, 32 of 54.
Malik Willis say, "Damn, I go sit down. They start losing games. Y'all sure?"
389 yards. Tobias, you're gonna like this. He had 4 touchdowns in the game. The problem was, like I said, he kept turning the ball over. He had 3 interceptions. Not gonna help the cause when you're almost even with touchdowns and interceptions.
Whoa, Chicken, what's that about? What is this about, Chicken? Darnold will have a couple of bad weeks, which will take him out of the content. Oh, come on, Chicken. Don't shit on the guy.
Right now, he's your leading candidate for MVP.
Come on, Chicken.
Listen, this thing switches every week. Jacobs also had 9 for 51. He's really turned out to be a dud in Green Bay, not really used well. Reed had a big game. He had 7 receptions for $139 and a tutty. Wicks also had 5 for 78 and 2 tutties. And Kraft, the tight end, had 6 for 53 and a tutty. But the Vikings, listen, Sam Darnold, another good game, 20 of 28, 275, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Listen, y'all can talk about. Listen, I know we like to slack on Sam Darnold, but Sam Darnold was the number 3 pick in the what was that, 5 years ago in the draft? He was the number 3 pick coming out of USC. So the guy does have arm talent. He just, listen, sometimes maybe it may take you to go 2 or 3 places to finally get in the light switch turned on. I tell you what, the light switch turned on in this game. Somebody got their revenge. Aaron Jones came back to Green Bay and almost got 100 yards, 22 carries, 93 yards, 4.2 yards on an average. I'm pretty sure he was happy to get the win over his former team. Justin Jefferson, 6 for 85, had a tutty. Addison, the former Trojan, also had 3 receptions for 72 yards and a tutty. And Oliver had 2 receptions for 10 yards. The tight end also a touchdown in this game. But yeah, Vikings get the win, 31-29, improved to 4-0. One of the 2 last remaining undefeated teams in the NFL, and the Packers dropped down to 2-2. Vikings taking full control of that division so far. Early in the season.
Don't worry, Chicken. If Patrick Mahomes keep winning games, people like Kendrick will make sure that he'll be MVP this season. So you won't have to worry about that. As long as Kendrick around, doing these, don't worry. You'll see what I'm talking about the power rankings here in a few minutes.
Your hatred for Patrick Mahomes, no.
I don't have any hatred for Patrick Mahomes.
It sounds like that to me.
Just thinking the way you guys pander to this guy. I mean, my God.
It sounds like that to me. You kind of hate him.
I mean, hey, he's undefeated too. Why isn't he MVP? Let's talk about that. Why isn't Patrick Mahomes MVP? I mean, he's 4-0, right?
He's not putting up those type of numbers to be MVP.
Oh, wow.
Well, you know what, though? He doesn't have, now he doesn't have any weapons. You got you got 41-year-old Kelsey, and so, they may have to go get Devontae, because if they want to make a real run at it, I see the Chiefs acquiring Devontae Adams. Everybody else sleeping on that part. But you might want to make that happen for him.
The Dallas Cowboys really need to make a move for Devontae Adams. Really.
They do, but watch the Chiefs. Watch how fast the Chiefs jump up and grab him.
Yeah, I was thinking the Chargers might can get it done. Well, I think the Chargers paying too many people.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
We know where he's really going. We know where he's going.
The Chiefs need to go try to get the fund. That's a long-term move. Cause Lord knows they ain't gonna see Rice for another couple of years, because he's gonna be suspended after the start next season. They're just getting that ready.
Why is it taking so long? I don't understand that.
I don't know. It's not gonna happen this year, but it's gonna happen next year. He's gonna get that year suspension.
No, okay.
I don't know if he get a year.
No,
I don't know if he get a year. Some games. Nobody died.
Tovash, he getting a year.
Nobody died.
A year. How's he getting a year though?
Tovash, we done seen how this league works with just regular things that's happening. Guys have gotten half a year or a year. Reckless driving, leaving the scene, he's getting a year.
Oh, we got some talking between Marina and who is this?
Oh, we got some more stuff going on.
Yeah, Marina and we know how Marina
probably
is.
Courtney Williams. Probably Courtney Williams.
We got some
the little point guard, the one who don't know how to pass the ball to Fee when Fee is in the wide open court.
Well, I remember we saw against in that Wings game, she just kept shooting.
Marina does talk. She got into it in the first half with Nafisa, and so like she's calling her a stupid bitch and everything, bro. But I mean, like with Marina, she's a bulldog, and so that's what I like about the game.
Oh,
Courtney
still going
Williams
there, still
as
talking.
well. Yeah, they still talking. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, ho? Well, what's up? Yeah. You too. Yeah, I'll see you tonight in the hotel. But anyway,
Wow.
some kind of conversation probably was going on. But anyway, moving on.
We already talked about the Steelers and the Colts. Now the Rams are our team that's definitely in trouble as they lose to the Bears.
Yeah, Rams injured all across the board. Very tough game for the Rams, especially for Matthew Stafford. He was hit a lot in this game. I think sacked 3 times, pressured by 5.
I think in the Cooper Cup and Puka gone.
Yeah, and knocked down at least about 5 more times. So we always talked about Caleb Williams, but Sam Donald got the beating tonight. He was 20 of 29, 224 and an interception. Also Atwell also had 4 for 82. Some dude named Whittington, he had 6 for 62. Just a basic a bunch of guys up there, no biggie. But they really couldn't get much offense. They tried to rally late, but it was too little too late. They threw a big interception late in that game that really sealed it for them. But Caleb Williams, modest numbers. They didn't have him drop back a lot of times like they did the previous game. Only 23 attempts in this game. 17 to 23, a buck, 57 and a tutty. But DeAndre Swift had it going on in this game. Linked on that running game. He had 16 for 93 and a tutty. And Johnson also had 7 for 26 and also a touchdown in this game. DJ Moore also caught a touchdown, 3 for 22. But DeAndre Swift also had a big reception game, 7 for 72. So he really kept the Bears afloat as they improved to 2-2 and the Rams fall to 1-3, 24-18. Bears get the victory.
Oh my God! The one upon just got put on the floor.
That's why I'm laughing there, bro. It's so funny to me.
Yeah. Next up, Kendrick. Here's a good one. The Buccaneers defeat the Eagles.
Hold on. You said a good one. For it to be a good one, it actually had to be competitive.
It was good because the Eagles lost. I'm always
okay. That's what you mean. Yeah, okay. When it's that. Listen, the Buccaneers got up on that ass quickly in a hurry. At the end of the first half, this thing was over. It was 24-7. Listen, my boy Baker Mayfield, after a bad game.
Whoa! Let's not gloss over that. You're a boy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. He's also one of those candidates for MVP, man. He's had one hell of a year, especially coming off that disappointing game last week against the Broncos. Really helped himself this week. 30 out of 47, 347 yards. We're talking jump to every Eagle that he could find. 2 tutties in this game. Irvin also had 10 carries for 49 yards. White also had 10 for 49 yards. Irvin had a tutty in this game. Mike Evans, 8 for 94. Also had a tutty. Godwin 6 for 69 in this game. Otten, 6 for 52. And Shepard had 3 for 57. These guys were flinging it all around, especially in the first half in this game. But the Eagles, man, let me tell you something. I had them guys pick to win the division. I think I was wrong. I was damn wrong. Jalen Hurts looks like he regressed. He's regressing right before our eyes, man. 18 of 30 for a buck 58. Look like they're trying to hide him on offense now. Saquon Barkley, 10 for 8.
How you trying to hide your quarterback?
It looks like the offense doesn't trust him to run the offense. Looks like they want to basically run the ball a lot.
All right, so check this out. You traded out Swift, he gone, right? You went and got Barkley. I think Barkley could be your best weapon. On top of that, I try to tell people, I try to tell all of the Dak defectors or defactors, whatever you want to call that word, all the people that are against Dak or whatever. Would you rather have Jalen Hurts right now in the Cowboys offense? No, you would not. Jalen Hurts cannot throw the football, but their team is 2-2, right? or one. Is it 1-3 or 2-2? I think they're 2-2. And then Baltimore. Would you rather have on the Cowboys team be serious with it? Would you rather have Mr. Lamar Jackson on the Cowboys? I don't think you would. Not a good passer, even though last game he did show you he could pass the football. But what I'm saying is, like, teams like Philadelphia and Baltimore, guys like that with those kind of quarterbacks, like, bro, I'm not trusting them to save my life or save my football team. So yes, that's why you go pay Dak $60 million a year, because he's one of those guys that can overcome whatever he has going on right now. Besides a no defense, an ownership, a lack of offense right now, no running game.
That's a lot to overcome.
And you know what's funny? It all seems like it's his fault, because that's what everybody will tell you, because he's making so much money. That's the problem with you people watching football. Y'all get so ahead of the cart before the horse when it comes to money, when it comes to winning, when it comes to ownership, that you forget how the play is on the field. And watching Jalen Hurts, watching Lamar Jackson doesn't make me feel good either. And so I think that since we're talking about the Eagles right now, I think that, I mean, you see it with your own eyes. You see how the Eagles are playing. And they've been playing like that for a minute. Whenever Shams, our own Shams, comes on Twitter and hops on the radio and hops on TV, whenever Sham goes, well, is there an interception or a turnover coming? And she's talking about Baker Mayfield. And then you look up and it's not Baker Mayfield turning the ball over, and it's the other quarterback on the other side. Then, yes, I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm sitting at home going, hey, I'm waiting on Jalen to throw a pick. I'm waiting on Jalen to fumble the football. And it almost looks like he's kind of like throwing the game, like a little bit Paul Crew-esque when it comes to, you know, how he's playing the football games right now. But, I mean, right now, I'd rather be the Cowboys than I would rather be the Philadelphia Eagles and or the fan base.
I'd rather be a Washington Commander fan.
Yeah, but
we'll talk about them later.
Like I said before, the Eagles were missing the receivers in this game, but still, it's still, you think if you paying a guy that much money, you put the ball in his hands, you look like they're just doing more to kind of put the ball out of their hands. Listen, they did what they could do, but not a good game plan from the coaching staff, my opinion. But they got handed a big time L in this game, 33-16. Eagles fall to 2-2. Buccaneers go to 3-1 and in first in their division so far, the first quarter of the season. Shout out to the Bucs.
Next up, we have the Patriots and the 49ers. The 49ers destroy the Patriots. But Boss, you were just talking about we were just talking about the Commanders, and they took on the Cardinals and blew them out 42-14.
That's the team that's going to win the division, and I said it. Yep. I said it in July. I said it in June. That's the team that's going to win the division because they pretty much.
I can't remember. You weren't with us on draft night, but the night when they drafted Jay Daniels, I told Kendrick, I said, "Uh-oh, we in trouble."
No, you have to tell me. You have to tell me. You saw my comp to him. I said he's a younger, a 2024 version of Randall Cunningham. That's exactly what I'm like. Long, lanky, long strides, but quick enough to get away from guys. Got a big arm, accurate as all hell, especially in the deep ball. He's gonna cause a lot of problems for Cowboy fans, and not just Cowboy fans, Eagle fans, Giants fans for the next 10 to 15 years. I mean, man, this guy's the truth, man. You see it right now from jump, man.
And what they're doing in Washington, which I appreciate. For one, they took your defensive coordinator here in Dallas and made him the head coach. And I'm still kind of mad about that because that same defensive coordinator took his eyes off the ball in the playoffs and left Dak out to dry. But in Washington, I mean, that team is, I mean, they're kind of like not necessarily loaded per se, but they have a good spine behind them.
But what's name is the play caller? Dan Quinn's over defense. Cliff Kingsbury is over the offense. He's calling the plays.
And hold on.
And that's where I was going with that. But go ahead.
And hold on. This is a noted fact. I found this out while I was watching the game. They're basically running the LSU offense from college last year. So he really didn't have to. It's smart on Cliff Kingsbury. He's basically put in LSU's offense. LSU's offense. So he didn't have to. He didn't have to change what he was doing. He's basically still running the same offense. So that's the reason why he looks so comfortable in there, Bosh. It's the LSU offense. They basically said we run the offense you ran in college last year. We're not changing nothing. We'll adjust to you. You don't have to adjust to us, and it's working for him.
And that's what you do for your quarterback who's a rookie. I mean, if he's going to be the starter, and if he's not sitting and like watching the game and playing behind a big time star or a big time starter, if you're going to bring your quarterback in, you give him a package that makes him basically comfortable. You make him comfortable, taking snaps. You make him comfortable watching the game. You make him comfortable handing the ball off. You make him comfortable passing. You don't put him in risk of making some kind of play that's going to like cripple him mentally. And you're giving him all the confidence in the world. I saw that coming, and I saw that when Dan Quinn got there. I saw that the team is going to provide the defense for him, and then they looted the Cowboys for all the weapons. Offensively, they looted the Cowboys. Defensively, stuff like that. So and the Cowboys were a good team last year. They didn't win home, but I mean that team was pretty good. So all those guys that were free agents, all those guys that didn't, that the Joneses didn't renew, here they are in Washington. Here they are playing with the rookie QB, and hopefully he takes advantage of that.
I love to have Dorrance Armstrong right now with all the injuries the Cowboys got on their defensive line.
Of course you would, yeah.
He's in Washington. Commanders win. Commanders with a big win, 42-14. Walt, move on.
Browns, Raiders, snooze fest. Ravens, Bills on the.
Whoa! You need to rewind that. Your hatred for Patrick Mahomes knows no bounds. Rewind that back. Let's talk about your team, the Los Angeles Chargers, getting handed back-to-back hot L's. 17.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
I bet you did. I didn't miss it for you. I'm here for you, bro. I got you back.
Thanks for being on top of the ball, Kendrick.
Yeah, I'm always in, especially when it comes to those Chargers losing again. The Chiefs go to 4-0. The Chargers go to 2-2. Patrick Mahomes, 19-29, 245, had a touchdown and an interception.
Oh, well, I forget. Anytime you get an opportunity to talk about your favorite player in the NFL,
well, you know what?
You pander for. I mean, you're not gonna miss opportunity to do it.
He is a big time Maverick fan, man. I gotta shout that out.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kendrick. I'll just let you take this note. I'll just sit back here and I'll just chill and I'll let you just take this part over. You go ahead. I know you want to do this. You go ahead.
It's like I haven't did that before, but anyway, Kareem Hunt also had 14 for 69 in this game. Piran 5 for 14, but also had a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes also had 5 for 12 yards. Rushing in this game. Travis Kelce had to have it tonight. I mean that afternoon, especially with Rice going down. He had 7 for 89 in this game. Really came alive in the second half, willing this team. Worthy, the rookie, had a big time touchdown bomb thrown to him. He had 3 for 73. Gray also had 4 for 40. Very tough game, man. This was on the table. Listen, the Chargers gave their best effort out here, man. They really was physical enough, the Chiefs, in this game. Justin Herbert only 16 for 27. Like I said, it was a rough game. He had a $179 in this game. Had a touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, the former Raven, 14 for 32, modest night. But the Chiefs getting it done at the end, outwilling the Los Angeles Chargers 17-10. Another close victory. Heart of a champion. Moving up to 4-0. Like I said, for the Chargers going down to 2-2. Well, back to you.
I'm glad you got that. I'm glad you got that figured out.
I already had it figured out. Well,
going back to the Bills and the Ravens on Sunday Night Football. Wasn't an impressive game by Derrick Henry. I mean, this guy's gotten hot ever since he played the Cowboys. What else? Play the Cowboys and get hot.
I guess when you see the Cowboys, man, that starts you off. Listen, Derrick Henry, man, he had himself another game this afternoon. It was 35-10. This thing was over early. Josh Allen, modest day, not much, 16 of 29. That's a $180. Not that much going for the Bills on offense, but Derrick Henry, 24 carries. Tovash, 199. You can basically say 200 yards, 8.3 yards a carry. Also a touchdown. Lamar Jackson also chipped in with 6 carries for 54 yards. This is the best running QB running back tandem in the league by far. But might have to throw it. Just 13 to 18, 156 yards, 2 touchdowns in this game. But look, the story of this game was King Henry just running over, around, and through both Buffalo Bills players. No chance in this game. Ravens bludgeoned the Bills 35.
Josh Allen had a pretty good pass.
Yeah, that was the only one. It wasn't much after that. But Bills go to 2-2. The Bills go to 3-1, no longer undefeated. The Ravens now have lost after losing their first 2, have won 2 straight. You'll find out how good they are in my power rankings. Well, moving on.
And then the Bills dropped down to Texas, not to play us, not to play the Cowboys, but to play the Texans on Sunday. This is an early game, and so like that's going to be a battle of 2 3-1 teams. Just to give you a test and a barometer of how Houston defends at home, or could the Ravens go on the road and continue their dominance? So, I mean, if they were to go down there and take care of business in Houston and complete the Texas 2-step, then all of a sudden now you're 4-1 and you're looking good in the AFC, all things considered, with the Chiefs.
Yeah. And to your point, the Ravens, they've been labeled the hottest team in the NFL right now.
Man, look, hey, listen, don't leave out Derrick Henry for your MVP vote, man. Listen, he's the leading rusher in the NFL. Shout out to the Cowboys who didn't think that he was worth.
It's kind of about far too, but I don't think that the league is interested enough.
MVP.
I don't think the league is interested enough.
Hold on, Emmitt Smith did that. Emmitt Smith was MVP.
Was he?
Yeah. So was Barry Sanders.
The last running back to win MVP was either Peyton Hillis or Adrian Peterson, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't think that they will allow that anymore. I mean, this league is so caught up in quarterbacks, dude, that I mean, it's almost like you must play a position like that just to win the MVP. And it's kind of sad too the way they're voting.
I ain't say he's gonna win it, but he's up there. He's up there.
Yeah, right, he can get up there, but he damn sure ain't winning.
Shout out to Derrick Henry. I would like to have a Cowboy uniform, but the powers that be.
Adrian Peterson win the MVP.
I want to say he did. Yes.
I don't know. You have to look that up.
It was either Adrian Peterson or Peyton Hillis the last MVP.
I do know Emmitt Smith won one. He won the MVP in '95.
I think Adrian Peterson. I think Peyton Hillis was the last one outside of what's the name?
Priest Holmes didn't win in Kansas City.
Not sure.
Okay. Yep. He won MVP in 2012.
Who did that?
Adrian Peterson.
Okay, and then I'm sure Peyton Hillis probably did the same.
Peyton Hillis, I think, was after, because Peyton Hillis was on the
cover
of Madden.
Boy, he fell off after then. At least he got the cover of Madden.
Yes, he did get the cover of Madden one year. Peyton Hillis did not win MVP.
Okay, so it was all day Adrian Peterson. AD.
Yeah, so Adrian Peterson is the last running back to win it.
Yeah. And the league is not interested in that. So that's been 12 straight quarterbacks, if I'm not mistaken, there either. 12 straight quarterbacks. Come on, bro. That's an indictment of how the league votes. Shireen and all them guys and girls who vote because the quarterback is the most glamorous position on the field and blah blah blah. That shit gets boring.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I guarantee you this: the next guy to win the MVP that's not playing quarterback is not in the NFL yet.
He's not even born yet.
No.
How about that?
No. He's born.
Think so?
Yeah, and he's playing in college now.
Okay, so is he playing for Colorado right now?
Yeah, he will win the MVP. If
Okay.
he's playing, and listen, if Travis Hunter can be as great as he is, both playing both ways right now he's the front runner for the Heisman. Right now he's the front runner for the Heisman. If he could be a elite as a receiver and a cornerback at the same
He
time,
won't be that. He won't be
ways,
that in the NFL though.
I'm just saying, if that happens, he will end that streak.
He won't play both positions in the NFL.
That's the only way. That's the only way I see it. You have to do something
Too much money on
high
it
level.
for him to do that. It's too much money on it out there for that to
Listen, then he doesn't go to that team. If his agent is about to eat, dog, because the team that gives him a call on draft day, if they're not already equipped to handle this dude at corner and receiver, just call me and say congratulations and then hang up the phone. Because that dude is going to command and demand and whatever man that you want to give him. He's going to tell said team, whoever drafts me, just know that I will be your cornerback number one and your receiver number one. He will command and demand and tell owners that, hey, I'm your guy both ways. He's playing 56 snaps a game.
He's the odds-on favorite to be the number one pick in the draft right now. And the quarterback,
not happening.
It's him.
Not
It's
happening.
him.
What you mean it's not happening though? Like, I mean, you just said it's not happening because
no organization is gonna that he already plays 100. What's that? What did they say? 100
snaps a game. Right.
That's not even that's not even smart to do in the NFL with the money they make now. That's not a smart idea.
Teams don't care about the money. Players don't care about the money when it comes to on the field stuff.
That's not true.
Look,
they wouldn't hold out.
Okay, if that was the case, Deion Sanders would be Deion Sanders then.
Well, Deion Sanders did that. Deion Sanders did that at a time where he didn't care. Deion Sanders was a different animal. Was a different breed.
All right, was Troy Brown a different breed?
Travis Hunter, trust me, Travis Hunter will be making way more money than Deion Sanders made at the time when he was playing in the NFL.
Was Troy Brown a different breed?
Are you talking about from the Patriots?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
How?
Because he played both positions of the ball too. But I'm just saying, though, it's a different day. It's a different day in time, though. Like nobody's done that in how long? When's the last time Troy Brown did that?
It was late. It was late 2000s.
Nobody since then has done that.
It was just like 10, 12 years ago.
I'm gonna talk about. I think his first year. I think they're gonna give him a shot to do it.
It's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen because he's more talented, I think, at corner than he is receiver. And then that's scary enough because he may be the number one, number two receiver in the game.
Yeah, he's the best. He's either he may not be the best receiver in college football, but he's
a better receiver than he is a quarterback.
I think he's a better corner than he is a receiver.
No, he's the best corner, and it ain't close. He's the best corner.
No, because he don't like to tackle.
No,
he don't like to tackle.
No, he don't. Listen, his job ain't to tackle. It's like Deion said. My job ain't to tackle. My job is to take that guy and defend him.
Just cover dudes.
And take your best receiver out the game. And he takes that dude straight out the game. I mean, you throw at him if you want to. But to me, he's the best corner. Now, he may be the second or third best receiver, but that's saying something. Second or third best receiver in college football. I mean, that's how good he is. I agree with you, Walt, a few weeks back when I said I don't think they're gonna do it. But I think that depending on the team, they're gonna Tobias, I agree, they're gonna give him a shot to do this. They're gonna give him the shot to play both ways.
and he's gonna master it. And he'll show people like Wall to say, hey,
I tell you what,
one way or the next.
I tell you what, he's going to be the first player to catch a touchdown, an interception,
And a pick six.
interception, and run back and a punt return for a touchdown in the same damn game. He's gonna be the
And a
first guy
punt
to do
return?
it. And a
You
punt
what?
return in the same game. He's
You know
gonna
that
run back.
Dion, Dion did that before, right?
Okay, he did. Well, he's gonna be the second guy to do it. He's gonna catch a touchdown he's gonna catch a reception for a touchdown. He's going to run back an interception for a touchdown. He's gonna run back a kick for a touchdown in the same damn game.
Now that part right there, I disagree with. I disagree with that part. I disagree with that they'll put him on the kicking team because like Walt's been saying, like they don't want to tire him out. So
it's gonna
you
be a
cannot
night.
play special teams.
It's gonna be a night, like a Monday night or Sunday night. He's gonna say, Coach, let me show him what I can do. Let me show what I can do. And he's gonna do that. I believe he's gonna.
Yeah,
He's that
okay.
talented.
Yeah,
He's
I
the
get it.
beast.
You guys are Colorado and fans and everything, but that's just not
Wow,
gonna happen
wow.
in the NFL.
I thought it was Chief fan.
So like, hey, Walt,
Well, we know you pander. We know you pander whichever side is going, whichever side the people are going with. We just man of the people is what we should call you.
Well, look, Walt, check this out. So my theory behind Travis Hunter just being that guy on both sides of the ball, and then there's others like that coming up too. The NFL and the gray-haired, gray-faced, gray owners will have to understand this part, that these dudes are covering up their freaks. They're freaks of nature. Travis Hunter ain't the only freak of nature right now. We just haven't seen that other guy. So with Travis Hunter coming up, and then he told Deion Sanders, hey, I'm not coming to your school. And he told other schools this too, because in college they tried to pin him down to one position, and then those other schools were like Alabama and other schools like that. They were like, hey, you must play one side of the ball or the other side of the ball. He said, no, I ain't coming there. And so then that's when Deion Sanders gave him a call and said, hey, you can come here. I'll put you wherever you need to play. If you want to push shopping carts, you can push shopping carts. If you want to ring people up at McDonald's, you can ring people up at McDonald's. If you want to review taxes, feel free to do that too. So yeah, I mean, the dude is versatile. That's his game. And so you cannot tell him no on the next level, considering he has number one talent on both sides of the ball. The only thing he can't do right now in college right now is throw a pass. We haven't seen him throw a pass yet, but I'm pretty sure he can do the same shit there.
Give it
but
time. He probably do it this season.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Or block a guy from coming at your quarterback. I haven't seen him block like that, and I haven't seen him throwing the pass. That's pretty much the only thing he cannot do on the college level. So, yes, NFL, he's coming to stop your receivers, and he's coming to be the number one receiver. So, Tyreek Hill, guys like that, watch out for it. You cannot even give me 5 cornerbacks in the league right now that maybe are even rival to what he can do in college. You cannot name me 5 cornerbacks in the NFL that are just as good as Travis Hunter right now. And I'm loosely saying that. I'm not going over my head when I say that.
No, you
but
ain't going
seriously, honestly, a lot of people can't name me 5 cornerbacks in the NFL right now that can do the same thing that this dude is doing on the collegiate level.
I mean, this guy's the best athlete I've seen coming out of college since Deion. The best athlete. Well, you said clear. He's the best athlete on the field, and it ain't close. He's the best. When he's on the field, he's the best athlete on there. It ain't close. He's the best athlete on there. That's why I think he can pull this off. I'm not saying he's going to be longevity wise, like going to be doing it into his 30s, but first 2 years, I think they'll give him a shot to do this. I think they're really going to give him a shot to do this.
Well,
anyway,
since
moving on.
Well, since we're talking college football, I might as well stay on the subject. Of course, we saw Colorado beat UCF in a very impressive feat.
Yeah, man.
But most important, everybody's eyes was on Georgia and Alabama.
Game of the year.
Oh, game of the year?
Yeah.
Century.
Yeah, you that was writing off what's name, and I tried to tell you the comeback was coming. It always happens in college. College football is the one sport where no lead is ever safe. I don't care what the score is. The lead is never safe in college football.
Technically, it wasn't a comeback because the comeback guys had to win it. But hey,
okay,
they did.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You was writing the game off already, and I told you they were coming back.
They did hold the lead for 19 seconds, so they did do that. They held the lead for 19 seconds.
Yeah, so technically it was a comeback.
It was a comeback.
And then one play and what was that, 80-something yards? Alabama. Listen, this game, Alabama looked like they were gonna roll Georgia. Georgia looked out of it. I on the group chat, I said Carson Beck looks like 86 Danny White or 87 Gary Hogaboon. He looked shook out there, but he got it together. Yeah. Georgia made a tremendous comeback. Give them credit in this game. It clearly, to me, was two of the three best teams in college football playing on that field right now. And you got to know both those teams are going to be in the playoffs no matter who lost. But kudos to Georgia, just getting back in this game, took the lead. But Alabama, that big play to take back the lead. Georgia,
here it goes right here.
Yeah, right here.
It is right here.
And this receiver.
Watch that move. Here it goes.
Tovash, he's 17 years old. He's literally a baby. He's 17. He's not even 18. He's a 17-year-old freshman, and he's their best receiver. Look out for this kid and being another Alabama great receiver like they've had throughout the years. He's the next one.
He'll be there for 3 years, maybe even 4, because he came there so early. The league, won't let him back or whatever. Or I'm sorry, the NFL won't let him in until he's developed physically.
And this was the interception by another freshman. Both freshmen wearing number 2s made the two biggest plays of the game for Alabama. Alabama wins this game. Big time win for them. They now are the number 1 team in the nation now. Moved up to number 1.
Beck's the quarterback, right?
Yeah. For
Georgia. So
for Georgia.
a lot of people were like taking the dump on the way Beck was playing in that game, and I was kind of getting his back on that because he led them to a comeback or whatever, and then he wasn't trying to rush to overdo things. He was basically just nickel and diamond. There were a lot of blown coverages down the field that Alabama just gave Georgia, and Beck seen open guys. On that play that they did take the lead, that was just incredible. The ball was poorly thrown. It was underthrown. And with that being said, Beck had a lot of bad plays there. And the interception that clinched the game for Alabama, and then the play before that, I tweeted out about it. So if he leads the receiver on the play before the interception, then that's church, because the receiver basically had the cornerback beat. But now we're starting to see in football, if you underthrow him a little bit, and then the offensive receiver, the offensive guy still has fair chance to get to the ball, but the defense cannot stop its body from going through the receiver to try to catch the ball. So I think that's what Beck was thinking on the first and second passes. I still say that if he leaks that guy, Alabama loses, and Georgia completes the comeback of pretty much ages. But give it up to Georgia, because they'll still be in the top 7. And so they're not going anywhere right now.
Yeah, they failed to 6.
The only thing right now that you have to worry about is seeding, because and then you got 12 to get in. And
both teams will be in it. It didn't matter who lost this game. We know both teams will be in the college football playoff, of course, whatever seeding is. So that won't matter, right? As far as that's concerned.
That game just propelled the SEC to greatness, and we've already known that the SEC is the minor league to the NFL. And so, I mean, hey, man, I mean, it was fun. It was a fun game to watch, and we all know that, everybody in the SEC minus Auburn is missing. But SEC right now, SEC football is basically the best. It's the best conference in the NFL outside of the NFL, if that makes any sense. I think that the SEC right now is how many conferences are divisions in the NFL? NFC. So 9. What was it? 9 on both sides. So it's 9 conferences on both sides.
On the NFL side.
Yeah, East, West, South, East, West, South.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
North.
Yeah, yeah.
So 8.
So go ahead.
No,
go ahead, Tomas.
It's 8.
It should be.
It's 4 on each in each of what's name. So it's a total of 8.
So there's 8 divisions on both sides. So I think that the SEC is the 9th and even 10th division in the NFL right now. So we're gonna see those dudes on Sunday. But as of now, to see those dudes in the NFL and possibly to see Colorado here in Arlington for the Big 12 championship, maybe versus Ohio State. I'm sorry, Oklahoma State. And then now Ohio State's in the mix, coming from the Big Ten or whatever conference they're in right now. And then the Wisconsins of the world. People like that, man. It makes college football great again.
Next up, not a big weekend this week. The best matchup of the week is number 9 Missouri going to Texas A&M to play the number 25 Aggies. Speaking of Georgia, I'm sorry. Let me recede. They're number 5. They'll be playing Auburn this weekend, and Alabama, which is the number 1 team in the nation, will be playing. We'll be in Nashville to play Vanderbilt. So should be 2 easy wins for both those football teams.
Here go the electric slide, brought to you by the Minnesota Lynx, and they won tonight.
So wacky.
Hey,
this is so wacky they do this.
Get it, fee. Yeah.
Oh, remember
backyard.
Next week. Oh, remember. Is this weekend Prairie View and Grambling?
No, that was last weekend, but
that was last weekend.
Okay, because next weekend is Texas and Oklahoma. Not this weekend. Next weekend is
October 12th.
Yeah. Yes, he's right. Well, okay, Kendrick. Well, getting back to the NFL, we got to get your power rankings before we get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on to your seats, guys, for this power rankings.
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your seats here for this because I got a feeling you guys are. You may or may not enjoy it. Just stay tuned.
I think that'd be pretty cool with it. That just made you not enjoying it. But man, it is what it is. We're not here we're not here to cater to you, Walt Chisholm.
Yes, I know. Yeah. Trust me, we know. Trust me, I know.
You don't really matter in this as far as this goes. But anyway, glad to see you think you do, but you don't. Anyway, are we ready?
Sure.
All right. Well, that's kind of dry. Sure. Okay. All right. Let's get to it. Top 10 power rankings are brought to you by me, myself, and also Tovash and Walt Chisholm are here also for it. Let's get it from 10.
I wish I wasn't.
2-1. You can leave because it's all about me. I am the star of the show, so you can leave if you want to.
We know. And since the people have made you the star, you definitely do some pandering. Just listen to this list.
I'm the star of the show.
Listen to this list and look at the pandering on this list, and you'll see what we're talking about.
Okay, at number 10, team that got a very big win. They got all the guys back also. Back fully healthy, the San Francisco 49ers. At number 10, all the games back to healthy, ready to go on this little run, man. Take over that division. At 10, the San Francisco 49ers. At 9, had a tough loss, but hey, were very competitive on Monday night. The Seattle Seahawks, man, great game for them, man. That game went back and forth, but did themselves justice, man. They didn't get run over by the Lions. They were in it to the end. It just a missed opportunity here and there. The Lions took advantage of it, got the win. But Seahawks showed me something. I'm keeping them at 9. At number 8, team that also took an L. But hey, I still like what this team is. I like the structure of this team. They start off with running and playing defense. The Pittsburgh Steelers, listen, how they win is how they win. They play defense. They run the ball. They don't turn the ball over. That's a recipe of winning. We'll see them on Sunday night against the Dallas Cowboys. At number 7, a team that's seemed to be on fire now, man. They've won 2 straight. Right now, a team that's some people say, like Tovar said, the hottest team in the NFL, the Baltimore Ravens. Listen, beat down.
They aren't.
I mean, had a very good win against the Cowboys. Had an even better win against the team I had number 1 in the power rankings, the Buffalo Bills. Just beat them down. Running the ball. Derrick Henry looks like a version of 4 years ago when he was King Henry. Baltimore Ravens at number 7. At number 6, team that beat the snot, literally the snot off the Philadelphia Beagles. Beat them so bad they don't call them Eagles, they call them Beagles, man. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Listen, Baker Mayfield, one of those top guys for MVP right there doing this thing. The Bucs with a big time victory. Moved back up to number 6. At number 5, I'm not shy about saying this. My Super Bowl favorite to win the Super Bowl, the Houston Texans, at number 5.
Oh, I thought. Oh, number 5. Oh, you mean the Chiefs?
Hey, I'm the star. It's about me. You just slide right on out. I don't need to hear from you until at the end when nobody's listening. Okay. Listen, the Houston Texans, another big win. In the division, especially in the division. Division wins are always great wins. Houston Texans at number 5. At number 4, team coming on real strong, man. Look to take a hold of that NFC East. The Washington Commanders. They're commanding the NFC East, man. Doing their thing, man. In that division, DQ seems to have the right thing. Not about Texas, but about Washington, man. The Commanders at number 4. At number 3, the defending reigning Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, doing their thing. Another tough victory. But hey, listen, championship mode, championship era. That's how they win, man. They by hook or by crook, a lot or by little. Those Super Bowl champions, man, they still find a way to win. Keep them at number 3. I slap them down at number 3 because number 2 team in my power rankings, looked like after that loss they had a couple weeks ago, looked like they found themselves the Detroit Lions. A very big win over a gamey Seattle Seahawks team.
My God.
Oh my God. Just doing that, just do as you need to keep the shot on me and not Walt Chisholm. The Detroit Lions with a big time victory on Monday night against a gallant Seahawks team, feisty team. But able to get a big time victory. Lions at number 2, but at number 1, after really thinking about this, the Minnesota Vikings. Listen, 4-0. Listen, got an MVP candidate right now. However you may think of him, Sam Darnold, but listen, you had big time wins going up to Lambeau Field. They never went up there, getting their win, even though the Packers tried to come back, holding them off. This team's been impressive the first 4 weeks of the season, man. Give me the Vikings number 1. Let's recap that. At number 1, the Minnesota Vikings. Skull. At number 2, the Detroit Lions. 2 teams in the NFC North. At the top 2 teams. At number 3, those defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. At number 4, the Washington Commanders commanding that NFC East. At number 5, Houston Texans. At 6, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 7, King Henry, Baltimore Ravens. At 8, Pittsburgh Steelers. At 9, those pesky Seattle Seahawks. At number 10, look like they got their stuff together, back healthy. They're back together again, just friends. The San Francisco 49ers. And that is my top 10 power rankings of the week. The greatest power rankings of all time. You can
It
thank
ain't
me
gonna work, buddy.
about that. Who cares about that clown right there? She can't coach.
She got championships, but
Yeah.
what a championships the other day.
Yeah. I think them championships left when the player left there.
I don't know.
Hey, Kendrick, the only thing I wanted like to pick from your number 1 team is just watching that game. I do love the way they swarm around the football. They're aggressive. They're hungry. They remind me of a Bears team back when they had Mike Brown as a safety, and he kept getting ACLs and all that, but they had a good front four, and Mike Brown was good back there at safety. That team was good. And so, like, that was like 2009, 2010. And I haven't seen a team swarm like that on the defensive side in a while. But
they got good defense, man. They got good defense.
They're nasty. I mean, but you can't give up the game and make it a close game either on the road. You can't let the Packers come away or think the Packers are coming their way in a division game. Like, hey man, we were still close, even though they were kicking our ass 28-0. I've seen two comebacks like that, 3 comebacks like that this weekend, and I'm like, hey.
I hear what you're saying, but I look at it like this: this team is 4-0. This team hasn't won like this in, I mean, good God, 5 or 6 years where they really haven't won. This team's different, man. And yeah, they gave up the lead. Maybe they thought they had the game won. Give it to the Packers for coming back. But the fact of the matter is, this team's playing good ball and wins, and they're stacking wins on different situations. They're blowing out the Houston Texans. They're beating the grinding out another football team. The holding off the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau, a place where, let's face it, Tobias, the Minnesota Vikings have not had any success over the last 2 decades getting wins in that stadium, no matter who the quarterback was, one of the teams was. They've always struggled for. So for them to go up there and to get a win like that, they're playing good football, and to see the rest of the league has kind of fell in line. I think they're playing the best football right now. I got to give them out that number 1 team.
Real quick, Walt. I do like that. I like how they're playing football right now. But okay, we're about to see in the next 4 to 6 weeks how this quarterback handles being number 1.
I'm gonna give you like Stephen A. It's fluid. It's fluid. My thing's week to week. It's fluid, man. It's fluid.
No, but not just you. But we'll see how Darnold is handling this pressure now, because now up in Minnesota, which is a great football town, up in Minnesota, Minneapolis, that fan base will hold you to it, and that fan base is very, very relentless when it comes to how they want to win, the pressure behind the quarterback, and then the football team within itself. Bruh, like he has to prove a lot with them.
I know, but I think this is a nice surprise. I don't think Viking fans thought this was going to happen. There's no Minnesota Viking fan convinced me that they saw this coming.
Maybe they did though. Maybe they did.
I don't think they did, because listen, but maybe they did. Listen, I said this before with Sam Darnold. Sometimes you got to lose to win. You got to. He was the number 3 pick. I don't know what draft that was. He came out of USC, very talented quarterback. And sometimes you go on to different stops and it doesn't happen for you. It didn't happen for him with the Jets. I remember that game he played against Bill Belichick. We say he saw ghosts, and that kind of created his career with the Jets going on. And then he went to stops with Carolina and San Francisco. Maybe he figures things out. He gets more mature, and maybe he found his niche. Listen, you remember Rich Gannon? You remember Rich Gannon, Tobias? Remember, he was an NFL journeyman, and then he got to the Raiders, and then he went to being big time Rich Gannon and going to the Super Bowl. And
won MVP that year.
Yeah, won MVP. So sometimes it happens early, sometimes it happens late. If you're a Viking fan, you hope it happens now, and he's turned to the best version of himself. I like it.
For one, I've never met a Minnesota Vikings fan, and then 2, we just have to wait and see, because man, the NFL and these defensive coordinators will catch up with you at some point.
Yeah, but as for now, I gotta put them on number 1 right now. They've been playing.
Congrats, Minnie. They deserve it right now.
Walter, you're looking everywhere except the screen.
I am looking at the screen because
really?
Can I just ask you a question?
Walter, this is America. You're free to ask any question you want.
I need to ask you a question. What in your right mind believes that the Detroit Lions are number 2 in the power? Where do you get? Were you watching the game and you got high off the line pack or something last night? I don't understand it. This is disgusting. This is exactly what I'm talking about right here. You saw a game, fell in love with it, and you pandered to the people. Washington Commanders should be number 2 on this list.
Walt Chisholm, calm down. I see that line in your forehead again. Calm down. All right. Listen. It's no secret that I did have the Detroit Lions going 15-2 this season. You know, and like I said, I think they're the most complete football team in the NFC. It's not like I'm sitting here saying I believe less in the Washington Commanders. I'm a full believer now in Tovach's Washington Commanders. He hit it right nail around the head. Yeah, but I'm not going to put them at number 2 just yet.
I took the Commanders to win the division too.
Oh, you did? I wasn't listening. Just like my guy.
You were sitting right here on the show.
Really? Okay. I must have fell asleep. My bad. But anyway, it's just like my guy Ryback says. I need more information. I just need a little bit more information. I think Commanders are right there. I like the way what they're doing with the rookie quarterback, how they got his offense from LSU and going with that. But I need a little bit more information. It's kind of like what Tovach said about the Vikings. I want to see a few more weeks. They're doing good right now, but I got them at 4 because it's still a young football team that still hasn't won it yet. Have won it yet. Really won. I mean, yet. But they're on the cusp.
Let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. So, beating. Wait, was this on the road or was this at home?
Commanders on the road yesterday.
So let me get this straight. Going to Cincinnati and beating the Bengals. Oh, that's just nothing. That's nothing. And then on Sunday, going to Arizona and beating the Cardinals. Oh, that's just nothing. We just watched 2 road games back to back where they went up there and played good games, and we just got them at number 4. Got them at number 4, huh?
Yeah. No,
behind a little measly Detroit Lions who
wow. The measly Detroit Lions, the team that went to the NFC Championship, was a bad half.
Wait a minute. We're not living off of last year. We're talking about right now today.
Right now today, they're at number 2 in my power rankings. Man, had a great victory over a undefeated at that time undefeated Seahawks team.
The Commanders put up 42 points on the Arizona Cardinals. What did the Lions put up? 20, a little measly 20 points? You mean to tell me I can put up 20 points against the Arizona Cardinals? And I got the Commanders putting up 42, and they're ranked number 4 on the list. This is a freaking joke.
And that's great, man. I mean, I'm happy for them. But listen, I said this thing is fluid. I just need a little. Now listen, the Commanders next week. Not that much information. They got the Browns. I mean, probably gonna go. Pretty much no. They're gonna go up to 4-1 in that week. The next week after that, as we look, I'm trying to look at the Commanders' schedule. Can't see it right now, but I think the next week who they got, the Eagles. So now we get in the division. We get a little pencil more with the Eagles and stuff like that. But yeah, I think the Commanders are on their way. I think they got a chance to be one of the best teams in the league, but I just need a little bit more information.
Please explain to me how the Buccaneers are behind the Texans and not ahead of the Chiefs. I mean, this is actually
whoa.
One of the most disgusting list I've ever seen in my life.
Whoa.
Buccaneers put a whoop on the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Chiefs are skating by with wins, and you just got them in the top 5 like it's nothing.
First off, the Buccaneers did the week before get dog walked by the Denver Broncos at home. I can't forget that. They got dog walked. They got molly walked at home. Now they had a good comeback and beating the Eagles. but I can't picture them just getting the Broncos just destroying them. I mean, just destroying them at home. That a team that had a big win over the Detroit Lions shouldn't get also dominated the next week at home by a team that's probably not going to make the playoffs. But had a good comeback win against the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know if that's saying much since the Eagles look like they may not make the playoffs themselves, but still a good comeback win. But this hatred for Patrick Mahomes, I mean, it's really,
Ravens at 7. Ravens on a 2-game win streak, and you got them at number 7. Just nothing, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, but they lost the first 2 games, Walt. They lost the first. That didn't
God.
happen. Lost the first 2 games, but they're back in it. I didn't listen when I started the season. I think I had the Ravens number 2 in my power rankings, number 2. But they lost the first 2 games. They was out the top 10. Now they won 2 games in a row. They're back at 7, and if they keep climbing, they can get back in the top 5 and stuff like that. It depends on how the rest of the league works. But that can happen.
2 things. I guarantee you by next week, Washington will be top 3 or even top 2. And then at the end of the season, the Ravens may end up being number 2 in the power rankings.
Not with Patrick Mahomes around. I mean, this guy here can't. Do you even know how to take Patrick Mahomes out of the top 5? I mean, do you even know how to remove him from a top 5? I mean, this is ridiculous. This is just gross.
Tovash, see, don't let Walt fool you.
I won't because Walt's the same guy that actually gave. Walt's the same guy that actually gave the dude the nickname PM 15 PM.
I don't have a problem with Patrick Mahomes. I just have a problem with this Kendrick guy. I mean, this guy for what 2-3 weeks now? I mean, you have pandering to Chiefs Kingdom Chiefs fans for 2 weeks straight now. It's just sickening.
No. Hold on, because this is what I'm gonna get him, Tovash. I'm gonna get him right here. See, what he got to say? Because last week he was crying about the Steelers and the Seahawks not being over the Chiefs. Why you not? They lost. So why not the big? What? They got beat. But there's good old reliable Kansas City Chiefs. However you want to see how they just keep on winning. They have not lost a game since November. They have not lost a football game since November of last year. They have
about to be November now.
I'm just trying to figure out how the Washington Commanders are not ahead of the Chiefs, who are skating Bible wins. I mean, this is disgusting. This is gross.
Yeah, Devon. Walt is a patty hater. He's a patty hater. He hates.
Why you don't like Mahomes, Lon?
I love that. You heard me. I call him at 15 p.m.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You hate Patrick Mahomes just a minute.
I just got a problem with this guy. This guy right here in Oak Cliff.
You hate.
I mean, my God.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. You're a Swiftie.
You're a hater.
You hate Taylor Swift.
Breaking news.
Admit to the Swifties, you hate Taylor Swift. Huh?
What does Taylor Swift have to do with Patrick Mahomes?
You hate Taylor Swift.
That's Travis Kelce.
You did not feel this hate for the Kansas City Chiefs until Travis Kelce professed his love to Taylor Swift. Then all this hate came. You hate Taylor Swift, and you know you hate Taylor Swift. And I want you to admit right now in front of the world on this podcast that you hate Taylor Swift. Go ahead.
Walt doesn't hate. Trust me, Walt doesn't hate Taylor Swift.
Thank you. I am a fan of long torso women, just like Taylor Swift.
What then he hates Travis Kelce. One of them people he hates. So it's one of them. One of them.
No, what I hate is your list making skills.
This is
ridiculous. I mean, my God. These power rankings.
This is the greatest list. This is the greatest list in the history of mankind, and you know it. You just hate the Kansas City Chiefs. That's all right, because the Kansas City Chiefs win Super Bowl, and the Dallas Cowboys just win headlines until December when they put out the playoffs. That's what you hate. That's what you hate. Yeah, I know so.
By the way, there's no way on God's green earth are the Seahawks better than the 49ers. I'm sorry.
Well, right now they are.
Better than the Niners? The Niners?
See what I'm talking about? That is absolutely asinine. That is ridiculous.
No, that's not.
The Seahawks lost.
They lost, but they didn't get blown out. Did you watch the game?
They lost.
That was a good competitive game. Good competitive game. And you got the 49ers sitting up there losing to the Rams without their 2 best receivers.
Listen,
Now, I will say this.
when the
Oh, go
Cowboys
ahead.
lost, you immediately removed them from the list. But the Seahawks lose, and you just they just slide down a couple slots.
I mean, when you get your behind whooped out your stadium back to back weeks, you got to get out.
Now, to Kendrick's defense, I can say that the power rankings are what they are. They're weekly, and so this week and for the first 4 weeks. So this week and then the first 4 weeks, San Francisco hasn't looked like the juggernaut that they have been in the last 3 years. So maybe Seattle could be better than them. And then by the time the Cowboys played in San Francisco, just like the last 3 or 4 meetings versus San Francisco, they will by that time show you who they really are, a good football team with a whole bunch of weapons, helping out a mediocre quarterback. Yes, I said it. He's a mediocre quarterback, and they will still look unbeatable in the NFC. So just give it time. San Francisco will be there.
Tobias, don't let Walt fool you. He was pissing and moaning about the Vikings being number 3. I put him up to number 1, and now he's still pissing and moaning.
No, that's not the issue. I don't problem with the Vikings being number 1. I'm okay with that.
That is what it is.
No, it's not. That has not been my argument the whole time.
That is what it is.
No, it's not. My argument the whole time has been why are the Chiefs ahead of the Commanders.
You pissed and moaned for 25 and 32 seconds. 25 minutes about the Vikings.
I never said one thing about the Vikings. My whole beef. Can you listen? Maybe if you clean the things out. My complaint has been with the Chiefs being ahead of the Washington Commanders. That is disgusting.
You really don't have a complaint. You really don't have a complaint except you hate the Kansas City Chiefs because they win Super Bowls and your Dallas Cowboys don't. That's what you hate. That's the complaint is. I can't do nothing about that. That's a Jerry Jones problem. You talk to Jerry Jones about that, damn it. Don't talk to me about that. If they can't put a team together and win a Super Bowl, but the Kansas City Chiefs can do it year after year, that's not their fault. That's a Jones.
What does that have to do with anything?
I'm just pointing out to you, Walter. I'm just pointing out to you. I mean, it's obviously something deep. It's something deep inner hate you have for the Chiefs. I'm just trying to will it out of you.
Yes, if it's weekly, the Chiefs can't be better than the Commanders. Thank you. You can suck it, pal.
Devon, the Chiefs are better than the Commanders.
Yeah, according to your list.
They are better than the Commanders.
This list is ridiculous.
Listen, but that doesn't mean right now they're better. But that doesn't mean the Commanders can't be better than them next week or the week after. The list is fluid. My list is literally turned over, Tobias, every week. And this fool to your left still complaining about everyone else. I'll tell you what. Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Stop dropping this list. Stop dropping this list at midnight. No. It's not a hot album. Not a hot album. Stop dropping this list.
First off,
I didn't drop it at midnight. I dropped it at 11:02.
Yeah, we don't need any pre-listens.
Actually, I dropped it before the game ended. I dropped it before the game ended. So there you go.
Right before you got high.
I'll tell you what. Since you have a problem with my list, I'll tell you what we should do. I'll make my list next week, and then you can make your list next week, and then hopefully Tobias and our sister Shams here, and we can see who has the better list. How about we do that?
The power rankings.
No. I
don't even care. No, I don't care to have a list.
Is that a yes or no?
No, because the power rankings list is your deal.
Then shut up about my list right now. All right, I'm letting you sit up there and say, okay, you got a big problem. You've been having a big problem with my list for the last 5 weeks. Okay, pal, like you guys say, pal. Then you come up with your list, and then I'll come up with my list.
Pick some damn good teams and put on the list and quit for showing favoritism because the Chiefs won the Super Bowl.
I'm not showing favoritism, but they haven't lost since November. I just pointed that out.
The pandering you do is sick, boy. Joe, you know what? This guy, we go to tailgates and people show him all kinds of love now. He goes to very best.
That's what you're mad about.
People love him now. He's a man of people. So what does he do now? He gets up here on the microphone and panders to the crowd. It is disgusting.
That's the deep root issue right here. That's what you're mad about. I am the star of the show, and I'm feel the point to let you know I'm the star of the show. In fact, I should be number one when that thing clicks off, not you. But I understand.
You used to be a broadcaster. I respect it because you used to keep it real and tell it like it is. Now you just go with whatever the fans want. The fans want it. That's what you give them.
Listen, man. Fans pay. The fans keep the lights on. We listen. If they don't watch, then we don't have a show.
I'm just saying. I mean, everything the fans go for, you go. Patrick Mahomes over the Commanders. I mean, are you kidding me?
Listen, the fans.
This is gross.
I love you fans. You are great people, man. Thanks for keep watching us, putting us on. Even though this fool to my left, secretly hates all of y'all. But I love all you guys. I love all you guys, and that's all I'm thinking about because I am the star of the show. And that's what he secretly hates. Jealous ass.
Well, Vosh, before we get out of here, we just saw that the WNBA playoffs. We saw that the Connecticut Sun just lost to the Lynx. How many points did Fee have? She wasn't loud today.
She wasn't loud at all.
She wasn't loud in the first two games. She wasn't loud the last game.
But
she was loud last game.
Yeah, their team effort helped them because I'll tell you what, Connecticut right now is on another level when it comes to playing team ball. And for some reason, and we talked about it in the middle of the season. Y'all remember when I was shocked to hear that the Lynx were the best team in basketball? Well, y'all remember that? And we were like, talking about that part. But right to this very second, it's 1-1 Connecticut and Minneapolis, and
they should have lost that game the other night.
I still think Connecticut got a string on the series. I think they're the best team in the series. That's just my opinion. I think Connecticut's the best team in the series.
Connecticut has a lot of weapons when it comes to we talking about last night before last when it comes to Matrina Mabry doing her thing, and then
Vosh, to your point, if Matrina doesn't have a game like she had, they can't win.
Well, you still have Alyssa Thomas and DeWanna Bond doing her thing.
Put up 20 points last game, and Fee put up 19. But tonight, Matrina. What did Matrina do tonight? Tonight, Matrina only put up 15.
Okay.
So yeah, whenever she does that, and then tonight she also played a dirty game. And what I mean by dirty game, it was a floor game to where she had to compete with. She had to compete with people on the opposite team when it comes to like being dirty. We saw her get into it with Nafisa. We saw her, getting technicals, and we saw her like getting a little bit frustrated and rattled. And like she has to be able to put up shots and actually have a clean floor game. If she doesn't have a clean floor game, then she's frustrated. And then now she's also like doing the scrappy, dirty things. Veronica off the bench didn't have a good game. Then you got to look at Dejanay Carrington. And Carrington, again, she got taken out of her game.
She got taken out of her game tonight, Voss. She had a hard foul, and then after that, she started over committing on stuff. Like I guess she got in her own head with that one. That was kind of. I was watching her after she got that hard foul put on her. And Matrina had the same because she was finna get up and go over there and swing on old girl.
She got up, and she was all frustrated. So like the series is a battle. And then let's look at the other side of that whole thing: Vegas versus.
Before we go on to that one, I just have to say that I enjoy watching Fee play basketball so much. It's a long time I've ever seen a player who does not ever take bad shots. I have never seen her take a bad shot. She plays within the flow of the game. I mean, her game is so cold and calculated. I'm amazed by watching that girl play basketball. And if she hadn't got hurt at the beginning of the season, I think you're looking at your MVP this year.
Well, she finished number 2, I think.
She was.
I think she finished number 2.
She didn't win number 1 because she missed a lot of games at the beginning of the season.
And yeah, I mean, bro, listen, I would love to have her on my team. She's the perfect size.
Oh my God.
She plays a good floor game. She's very disciplined, very efficient. She doesn't lack anything. She's a great shooter from the free throw line. Elbow extended. She shoots threes well. She rebounds well. She passes well. Yeah, I agree.
And she defensive player of the year too, ain't she?
Yeah, she won.
And she won defensive player of the year. Yeah, she won it yesterday, I think.
How lucky is Minnesota that they go from Maya Moore to Fee later on down the line?
She just needs to have a team around her. That way, they can continue to build around her. People like Courtney, Courtney Williams.
Courtney can figure out how to pass the ball when she's on a fast break. I mean, good Lord, Fee be wide open, and Courtney just look at her and just keep dribbling by. I'm like, my God, you gonna give Fee the ball? I mean, she's wide open.
She gotta get a shot.
And then don't forget Michaela Mack. Big time help down there too. That team is that team is loaded, man. And I still think that the Connecticut Sun will win that whole thing on that side of the bracket. But I mean, the true champion to me will come out of the other side.
I just think
I'll tell you this. My bad, Kendrick. Before I let you go, tonight, what saved them tonight is I'm looking at the numbers here. We got Alana Smith with 15, Kayla McBride with 11, and big game here tonight from Courtney Williams with 17.
Yeah.
That's what won them the game tonight.
I just think that Minnesota. It's Minnesota. They do have the best player, but I think that Connecticut has the better team, and it's just as which wins out. I think the better team wins this because I think what Connecticut does defensively. You're not going to stop Fee, but they're doing a really good job on not letting up. You just go to the last series. I mean, Fee was what's your average? Almost 40 points in the last series. Connecticut has the size.
She had 19 in the first game.
Yeah, but still, it's not. She was busting. I mean, I'm used to getting 25, 30. I mean, it was a tough 19 she had because Connecticut had the size with AT and Bonner in the front court to at least make it difficult on
you're right about that, Kendrick, because I think I had tweeted out in the fourth quarter they went with a double team on her whenever she would come in the paint.
Man, they double team with size. They double team with size, and like I said, if Minnesota's not hitting the shots, because they are a 5-out team, if they're not hitting the shots, they can get beat if they're hitting the shots, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be a tough atmosphere in Connecticut. They're going to be ready and ready to play. I think it's going to get more physical and more chippy as the series go on. But I do think Connecticut pulls this out. And Connecticut had the worst record, but they actually did, Tovash. They won the season series 3-1. They won the season series over Minnesota 3-1.
Okay, let me go ahead, Mike.
Hang on. I put a lot of that on the defense of Connecticut and how they guard the wing, and how they guard guards, and how nasty Carrington is, and how Carrington will assist and help out girls like Marina, and then of course Dewana and Alyssa. Alyssa, man, like I can't even begin to tell you how she makes things go with that team, and then for everybody else to fill in with her. So they did, good job by Connecticut and their GMs and their front office. And hello, Wings front office, Tavash here. Wings front office. That's how you build around a team. That's how you build around a superstar.
Half our roster is in the playoffs right now. That was at the Wings.
Think about what you just said, bro. Half the Wings roster right now is thriving in the WNBA playoffs. That's a shot, bro. That's an indictment. Wings, and please, Walt, when you actually make this public, please put the Wings in this, and hopefully that front office will understand how to run a team. Greg and your front office, I'm sorry, sir, if you don't hire me, then you're wrong about it, because I can help you develop this team, bro. I've been watching women's basketball since '97, and I understand what this is. And I doubt that Greg Gibbons has been watching women's basketball since 1997. It doesn't make any sense. And dude, understand that like these ladies are going on and they're hooping. And hey, what does he do? Now he almost reminds me of another GM and owner in the same city that hasn't won a championship in a while. They just remind me of each other, bro, because he makes all the excuses. Go pull somebody, dig somebody out of the grave. Go draft some 19-year-old kid who's a drafted stash who may not ever see the WNBA in her life. Like we rather go do that versus go get somebody ready made that can put butts and seats in Arlington. And it's not just butts and seats, but it's getting like W's on the board. Let's not forget this team was a Final Four team, bro. This team was This team was a Final Four team, bro, just last year. And then Satu gets injured. Y'all didn't even tell us that she was injured. Y'all did not tell us she was injured. And then you still go and draft somebody named JC, bro. That really doesn't help your team like that, bro. I'm sorry, Walt. She's fun to watch, bro. She's fun to watch. I
remember you walked out. When they draft, you walked out.
And check this out, y'all. So y'all saying that, and Kendrick been saying it all year, Walt's been saying it all year. Paige ain't coming here because the Wings probably won't even land the number one pick.
Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
The Wings, listen, I'll tell you like this here. Two things. The Wings ain't landing Paige, dog. I'm telling you. She because there's a lot of bad karma and a lot of bad juju that the Wings have been giving out. Number two, Dallas, the city of Dallas, the convention center, that ain't happening. I actually have detail, bro. That's not happening for another 5 to 6 years. So they're still going to remain in Arlington, bro. Let's not even think about that part. Say it again.
Next season, we're going to the convention center.
It's not going to even happen next season, bro. It's not going to happen for another 3 to 4 years, maybe even 5 to 6 years, bro. And that's coming from the top, dog. It's not happening, but they haven't put it out yet. They haven't put it out yet because, hell, you don't want to tell the city of Dallas, hey, plans maybe have failed because they're already a failure. So let's not compound that failure with another failure. For one, Paige not coming here, bro, because the Wings
are team in the WNBA. What are you saying right now?
Don't do that, man.
Say it again.
The highest value team in the WNBA.
Don't do that, man. You better lie to
Listen,
me.
bro.
You better lie to me.
Okay, so I actually said it a long time ago that the city of Las Vegas was about to develop a baseball team, and yet here I am 6-7 years later seeing that the Oakland A's are leaving. And I said
the Vegas A's?
Yeah, I actually said it on my Twitter account 5 or 6 years. Go back and look. So like I start hearing things from these people that's in these front offices, and I see it. And I formulate my own situation and my own opinions. For one, you're not going to land the number one pick. You're not going to land the number one pick, and if you do, you're going to fumble that pick, dude. They just showed you what they can do whenever a superstar would land to you.
Come on, man.
It makes no sense.
I think he's still mad. I think he's still
Kendrick, they might be about to get Vegas might be about to get an NBA team too. You can't get gambling legal down here in Texas. Might be about to get an NBA.
Also on this show, we said that part too. So like, listen, bro. Like, so whenever I get excited, I stutter a lot, and I start my hands start going. But
you can't leave us with the Cowboys, man. You can't leave us just with the Cowboys.
Kendrick and Walt, and everybody at home. Listen, the Wings are in trouble because of their ownership and because of that dude by the name of Greg Bibb. 2 G's and 3 B's. And I'm sorry, 3 G's and 3 B's. Say it again.
Tell Mark the bomb. He ain't doing nothing.
Cuban has his hands full with not being in basketball control. He's tired. He's tired, bro. He just wants to be Robert De Niro in Casino. That's all he wants to be is Sam Rothstein. That's all he wants to be. It's Sam Rothstein.
I think that lawsuit might have something to do with it.
Listen, bro. I'll say it again. I'll say it again, bro. I'm telling you, Paige is not coming to Dallas. Hell, we like the closest that we'll see Haley Van Lith is at TCU. That's it. People like that don't come here, bro.
Weeks ago.
Say again.
Weeks ago.
She was
She
already
was here for. I forgot what game
already-
she was here for.
I'll
She
take
came
it.
here.
Wait, time out. Say one more time.
She came here for a game.
Yeah.
She was at CPC 1 week.
Yeah, Haley was right.
Yeah, she was at CPC. That's not. So it's close
because she's a frog now. That's why she was at the CPC. So she'll play one season at TCU, which we all should go see her play numerous of times. But hell, Haley after this, Haley is going on to greener pastures. The same thing with Satu. I'm sorry, Satu is out of here.
Hold on.
Side deuces. Side deuces.
Whoa, wait, talk about what are we doing? What are we doing? Wings basketball for again? Because if all this happens, what are we?
Oh, we still got Enrique.
Man, come on, man.
Okay, yeah.
Enrique go ask for a trade if all this happens.
Well, she's the second highest paid player in the game right now, behind Jackie Young, and so like I just don't understand her asking out and asking to leave unless she does get a team. I think that she wanted it. I mean, she didn't want an Angel Reese on her team. She wants somebody like JC that will fall back. She wants somebody like Maddie that will fall back. She wants somebody like the Twin Towers to be the pretty much be the second and third and fourth and fifth options. Enrique is the wings, and so if you go ask Skylar Diggins, which I mean, even with her, I'm sitting there going, man, she's not a good team player. But look at her up there in Seattle, hooping, thriving right now. Enrique and Satu it doesn't work. And so like Satu, we see her Instagram. We always see her taking pictures in these provocative dresses, in a bikini or anything else like that, because she doesn't want to be in Dallas. She wants to be behind a fountain. She wants the whole Vegas Bellagio behind her. She wants LA to be behind her. She wants to be in Chicago, New York, stuff like that.
Natasha Howard's already made known she ain't coming back, so.
Natasha is gone. It's the ownership. Nobody wants to play for these particular people, bro. Nobody wants to play for the Wings because of who they are. And they don't understand that. They just want to say, yeah, well, the Wings right now are the most earningest team in the W. They're worth the most. That's fine and dandy. That's always Tarrant County behavior. That's always Jerry Jones type stuff. I mean, like to have your franchise to be valuable is all cute, but it doesn't equate to wins. Bro, Tom Brady, Mark Davis, people like that are behind the Aces because the Aces win. Everybody wants to be behind the Aces. Did y'all not see who was in attendance for the Liberty game, bro? I mean, I'm seeing people like Aldous Hodge, Alicia Keys hyping the crowd up, Beyonce and Jay-Z. They not coming to the Wings games like that. Ain't no money being put into the Wings like that, bro.
Lotto came to the game, but I mean, she came to see Angel Reese, but she came to the CPC.
Hold on. You just had your point. You can't see it. You just basically proved Tobias' point. If you gonna make a point, don't prove Tobias' point.
We had Lotto came. I mean, it might have been to see Angel Reese, but she came.
Lotto came.
Yeah, we had Cynthia Cooper. We had Tim's come through.
And what game was it? And who was the opponent? Who was the opponent?
Cynthia Cooper had nothing to do.
Who was the opponent?
Cynthia Cooper. She was there for the Fever game.
Yeah, she had nothing
okay.
to do.
Caitlin. Okay.
Yeah.
Did they show up for the Lynx game? Did they show up for the Sparks? Did they show up for any team like that? Did they show up for the Dream?
T. Morant was here for the Sparks game. I saw T. Morant here. He was doing some stuff. I saw Derek Lively.
Okay.
I saw Derek Lively. I saw
What was he doing? What was he doing?
Hey, remember that game? Remember that game, Kendrick? We had Wanda Sykes there. She came.
Wanda Sykes came to a win?
Yeah.
Hold on. She was getting an award. She was getting an award. That's why
she got an award.
Yeah.
Wanda Sykes got an award at the CPC?
Yeah. Yeah, we had the whole night.
Tomas, they was handing out awards.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna come by and give me one.
My whole point is this. Listen, if you're in the Wings organization in the front office, then you should be ashamed of yourself. And I just know you're just there to get a check, but it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that because I've seen a lot of you people. I've seen a lot of you people from the Wings front office, front and center, in person, doing the WNBA draft. I've seen where y'all are. Y'all frequent the same bar I frequent. And it's a damn shame because the moment that card got turned in and JC Sheldon got picked, I seen y'all reaction. I ain't talking to Walt. I ain't talking to Kendrick right now. But I seen y'all reaction, Wings people, and it's not a good one, dude. Y'all not gonna put my butt in any seat. I'm sorry. Y'all not gonna put my butt in any seat until it's time to win. Until y'all actually say this is more about
the Wings anymore.
I'm not getting no season ticket.
What?
For what? Why would I get a season ticket? They call my phone all the time. Why would I get a season ticket to a Wings games just to see that? No, because they don't care about it. So why would I get one?
Okay.
Real talk. You gotta be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, Wings. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. Thank you, Soldier.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I love doing the Soldier Boy dance and everything. I love that by Soldier Boy. But look, check this out. Wow, and you should know this, bro. You have a media pass. You go to those games and you see what's going on. I love the women.
Fortunately.
Thank you, because those women hoop their asses off. Start from Sato and Enrique all the way down to Lou, and Lou barely gets in the games, and they would proudly get rid of a person that would score 20 a game, and the person that would probably the league runner up to Rookie of the Year. Versus a three-point shooter who got hot late in the season and is barely 5'5", and looks like she doesn't even play basketball. And then you get rid of Mo Billings. You get rid of her. And I'm trying to wrap my head around it, dude, and it makes zero sense. So when those women go on and ball out for other teams, and then they're successful, then it makes sense. It makes sense to these other groups and franchises. Look at Veronica, bro. The Wings wave Veronica. Look at her right now. Look at Marina. Sure, Marina Mabry didn't want to be here. And I have no clue why. Because she played with Enrique at Notre Dame, but she didn't play with that ownership, if that makes sense.
She didn't want to be in
and
Chicago.
So, yeah, that's the problem. There's a problem up top. Yeah, no, that's fine. Chicago got rid of her though, but you can't get rid of somebody that can give you 30 a game. Odyssey, Marina,
Films gone.
Yeah.
Damn, what the hell going on up there, Walt?
Crystal Dangerfield.
What the hell going up
It's
there,
an
Walt?
indictment. It's an indictment, bro. Even Alicia Gray, she gone.
Alicia Gray
gone. Bro, it's sad, dude.
Even though Walt said she got something wrong with her throat when she talked. But
Alicia Gray?
No, he's talking about somebody else. Don't worry about that part. Alicia Gray. You talking about the Alicia Gray that plays for the Aces now?
No. Alicia Gray, the dream of Alicia Gray, left-handed, 15.
Right.
Dream,
sorry.
yeah, her. Somebody who talks messed up, Bob. I mean, fill us in.
Don't worry.
I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. Maybe he'll tell us off the air, but bro, it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating, man. When I see what I've seen, dude, and I just get a headache whenever I think about how.
Don't forget about Kayla Thornton over there with the Liberty player right now.
Thriving.
Yeah.
You should all of them former Wings. All of them former Wings, dude. Hopefully, Kaylani, if you're watching this show, maybe a team can use another big because Kaylani is still very, 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 very effective. And again, you'll highlight Satu. Satu, it's been a pleasure watching you as a Dallas Wing. But I think that one of these Final Four teams could could use you. She's lethal. She can score from anywhere on the floor. See over the top. She's basically the WNBA version of Kristaps Porzingis, and probably the injuries probably at the same point, but very very effective on the court. And if you have her on the court, she's gonna terrorize teams. So man, look, maybe Satu can find it somewhere. The Wings should have traded her. The Wings should have traded her while they could, but that's she's gonna walk as a free agent. And it's going to be a sad move once you see her with the Aces or with Connecticut or with Phoenix. Bro, it's going to be sad, bro. It's so frustrating.
The Golden State Valkyries are coming. They're having a draft on December 9th. And each team can only protect 6 players. So, do we even have 6 players, Kendrick, on the wing?
I'm tired of y'all, bro. Poor us.
Do we even have
he
6
said,
players?
do we even have 6 players right now in the
All the
contract?
players y'all left are probably not.
Madison. Okay, so Madison will be here.
We got JC.
Okay.
JC. Hey, they're fine to draft.
Enrique will be safe. We'll assume Satu will be safe.
Satu is gone, dude.
Well, right now she's still on the roster. We'll see.
I think Tara McCown. I think she gone. I think when she got kicked out of the game, last game of the season, waved goodbye. I think she was saying deuce.
Maddie will be safe.
Sigurds is good.
Hold on, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Savvy is good. Lou is good.
Hold on, Vosh. The Wings only have 10 players, and one of them has already denounced himself, so that's 9. Natasha Howard, she's already made known she's not coming back.
We don't need you, Natasha. You gone.
Hold on, and then so you say Satu is gone, so technically that leaves you with 8 people on the roster.
Natasha will either be in Atlanta or LA next year. Watch.
So Enrique is safe. JC's gonna be safe. Maddie's safe. We need only people now. You got Sevgi, Stephanie, Kalani, and Tierra. Oh, and Jaylen Brown.
Hold on. We that bad, boy. Just get ready. Just be bad for the next couple of years, boy. Juju be right along right there.
Nah, Juju's gonna play long. Juju gonna stay in college for a while.
Well, wait. Tobias told me we got enough time. he picking first a lot of years. So.
Damn shame what they did to that dog. What they did to that dog.
Well, thank you, Tobias, for that passionate speech. Got everybody fired up. I definitely.
Wait till Thursday and Friday, because I'm still bringing that same intensity, that same passion. Because, bro, I mean, sorry, just look at Vegas. Look at Vegas and what Vegas is doing. They kept their team for at least 4 or 5 years. Yeah, and so both teams play on. I'm sorry, all 4 teams play on Friday.
Right.
That's the next time you'll see WNBA basketball. And bro, it's just so frustrating seeing these ladies hoop and my team not being it. But they were there last year, and then seeing the ownership slip up and do dumb shit this year, bro. And you have 0 time for that, bro. You have 0 time, and it makes no sense how idiots are at the top of this world, at the top of this food chain, and how they don't think kills me. Because y'all want to ruin everything else for everybody, because y'all want to value $1. Blows my mind, and we continue to fail. Yeah, but hey, Vox, we're counting money. And that's all that matters in this country to those gray-haired individuals that do not look like me. Back to you, Walt.
Thank you, Vox. Way to end that speech. So we're gonna be back Thursday night. Well, we'll see if if the WNBA let us back in after I post this video. Very passionate about Vosh. Yeah, man. I guess Thursday night we'll get you ready for the Cowboys and the Steelers Sunday night game. Big Sunday night game coming up.
Yep. They promoting it. Yeah.
They've been promoting it. So yeah. So that's what we got planned for Sunday. I'm pretty sure we'll have some other stuff going on. But yeah, man, we want to thank Vosh for joining us here and giving us Those passionate speeches about the Wings.
It was passionate.
It was very passionate.
Now I gotta take my high blood pressure medicine because of that
Yeah,
shit.
we want to thank
Kendrick. He been holding
for
that
his
in since the draft.
contribution. We want to thank Kendrick for his contribution in his top 10 power rankings list.
That's the greatest power rankings ever made to mankind.
Okay. So yeah, man. So that's it for tonight. But until then, on Thursday, keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars. Always do his best for business. If we don't see you around, then we will see you around live Thursday night when we get you ready for the Cowboys and the Steelers.
I wish you guys nothing but best. The ceiling is the roof.